Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coop.
I'm Zachary Gubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be on to
All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
What is happening? Welcome to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host again today, Tom Gazzola.
Hola.
Is in the big house, in the big chair. How the heck are you, Tom?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah? You
Yes.
having a good day?
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't call each other about our outfits, by the way, for those watching on YouTube.
We're just two really well put together dudes.
Two savvy... What? Savvy? I'm not a savvy dresser. You are. I'm more like old baseball tees, rock shirts.
Yeah, but there's
hoodies, a big hoodie.
an
guy.
appetite for that these days.
There is. Yeah, I decided to dress up a little bit because I knew you'd probably bring your A game, as you always do.
I'm t-shirt and shorts.
I know, but you look good. You look fantastic.
Coob's actually, he classed it up a little bit.
Coob looks like he's ready to go golfing.
He is ready to go golfing. That's a very nice shirt, Coob, as he leaves.
As he's, well, see you later, guys.
See you later, guys.
Show's
Good
over.
luck to the rest of you on your own.
You are joining us right here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. A reminder, Tom, as I pull everything up. I got to say, I was a little bit shook coming into the show here.
Why is that?
Well, I'll admit this. I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. When Reid and I do a show, we are sitting and looking at each other from about 11:30 on.
Yeah.
And I was worried about you.
I know. You text me.
I text you and I said, Tom, I miss you.
And that was the "Why aren't you here yet?" text.
That was the, is it going to be Ben and I on the show today?
No.
You just had stuff going on.
There's stuff
fine.
going on.
I'm glad you're here safe and sound.
I was
Look,
in the parking lot for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Doing
No,
a
that's
hit.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. Tommy's been found. We're together. We're gonna rock and roll.
I've been here for an hour.
Yeah, it's true. It's just, you know what? I would love to see more FaceTime from you. That's all. I just missed you. That's the truth.
I can do that for you tomorrow.
Okay. It's no pressure. It's no pressure.
It's subtle.
I got it all together. We've got
see
a
what you're
hot
doing.
show. We are coming to you live from the banquet studio, where bowling at the banquet is happening. Strike up some fun at the banquet bar. Bowling, drinks, and a great time with friends. Get real. Play hard at the banquet. And a reminder, you can celebrate your birthday at the banquet bar. Amazing drinks, great vibes, and unforgettable memories. Book your party today at the banquet bar. We've got a big show coming up. Obviously, we're gonna talk some little bit more about the Elks. We're looking to have a player, maybe a coach on later in the week. Today, we're going to be joined by Jed Roberts, who's going to give his take. Obviously, Jed played in 13 Labor Day games in Calgary, so he's going to have some stories to tell us. Always a fun time catching up with him. You set up Dennis Bernstein to join us.
I did.
Who just did the NFL European racket, the
NHL and they went to
media tour?
Milan. It's the European media tour.
European media tour.
So all the European guys, they go meet up. Usually it's like one city. It's like Prague, or they've done Stockholm or Helsinki. I think they did Paris one year, or was that the World Championship? Anyway, it was in Milan because that's where the Olympics will be.
Yes.
The NHL's participating again. So
Tough assignment.
I know him and Pagnotta were just, like I said to you, every post I saw of theirs, there was like a post of an interview that they did with a player, and then 9 posts of them having a cafe, a spritzer, a vino.
They were living up. They were living it
in
up.
some kind of piazza
Oh, that's good. They should.
the whole time, the whole week.
What do you expect?
Those two do it right.
Yesterday, we introduced the thought of the top 5 stories in Edmonton Oilers history.
I thought that was a great idea.
And it's fun. So we're going to dive into 2 of those today. One we're going to get to at about 3:40. That's the trade or sale, as some people like to remember it.
We left it as sale.
We left it at Sale. That happened on August 9th, 1988. We're gonna reminisce about that, and we're gonna hear a bit from what Wayne Gretzky had to say shortly after that in his terms. But we're also gonna dive into the Edmonton Investors Group. That's going to come up later in the show around 5:20 for the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. Tom, looking back on this stuff, and that's why I think this is a healthy conversation to have, is because it just really takes you back to totally different times. Completely different. When the Edmonton Investors Group was put together, this team was sold. This team had a deposit to be sold.
It was pretty much gone.
And if it wasn't for those 38 members that came together to essentially keep them in Edmonton, and there were some favors there, but we'll dive all into that. And please, we encourage you to share your side of the story. I mean, I asked you, do you remember the day that the press conference with Wayne Gretzky, and you said, I was in diapers.
I was.
At that point, I would have been almost 7.
Yep.
But even I remember that. Like, that's how big it was around the city. Like, that was top breaking news on every newscast that night, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna rehash that, talk about it, and see if anybody's gotten over it. Which I'm not sure everybody or anyone has, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I honestly think there were other factors in play there. But we'll get into that.
You know what's interesting about this, Jay? And I love it because, like, we've got Benny Thompson in the room with us.
Yeah.
He's doing great work with us on social media. You're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more of him in the upcoming hockey season. You're going to see him on Hello Hockey. You're going to hear from him on Hello Hockey. But, like, his generation, Coob's generation, to them, what is the Gretzky trade?
Right.
To them, what is EIG?
Yeah.
I feel like it's nothing because they literally were not alive for that. Like, they might know of it, but when you say Les Alexander to Coob, he goes, who is she?
I thought it was a dude.
Yeah,
It is a
dude.
dude. It is a dude.
Good on you.
Yeah, it is a dude.
I'm making a joke for
No, okay.
Right.
I was like, what?
for reference. Yeah.
But that's true. And maybe that's why, Tom, when you and I brought up the list yesterday, that we didn't include the Oilers forming a team in the NHL. Like, getting in Edmonton.
I went straight up just like big, like them getting into the NHL. I'll say I did that list really quickly.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head. But them getting into the NHL is monumental, obviously. But I just took it as, okay, well, that's the starting point. If we went all 50 years of the Oilers, 50 plus now, because it was 72, I think that one would definitely be up there. I went, okay, just top of my mind, their time in the NHL, what are the 5 biggest stories? And I said this yesterday. I mean, you said it too. Totally subjective.
Yes.
To some, EIG might not be as big of a deal as Daryl Cates buying the team. To some, Bill Hunter selling to Peter Pocklington is a bigger deal. Like, that's why I like this exercise that we're taking part in. And I am fascinated to know what our viewers and listeners think and what they value or think are the biggest stories in franchise history. It's kind of neat.
Well,
it's fun.
and I know you're a history guy. I appreciate history as well. And it's sometimes good to go back and look at this and dive a little deeper into it so you can realize, you know, we've talked about this a lot, but that you are in the glory days of this franchise right now.
That's a great point.
So understand that, and hearing stories like this will make you realize how fortunate you are as an Oilers fan to be partaking and consuming this team in this era.
Now,
there were some darker times.
Oh, I was there for those.
Yeah. Well, you were there for a totally another
front row seat
time.
for the darkest of times. I always, it always comes back to this. I think a lot of people feel the same way, but it is funny to make the joke. We're literally paying for those glory years right now, and it's a pretty penny. If you're a season seat holder, if you need the latest gear, and you go to the Oilers store, you are getting charged through the roof. Were you guys talking about it last week, or did I hear?
Maddie and I were talking about ticket prices
and beer prices
and
now?
beer prices almost tipping the scale at $20.
And that's happening. This is a recent thing at Rogers Place.
Like
Someone went
as
to a
recent
concert.
as Creed.
Creed. And that's what it was. I was listening, I think, in Calgary, and you guys were talking about. I'm like, oh my god! So they boosted. Wasn't it like $16.50 for?
Well, it was already
beer?
ridiculous.
Which
Now
is
it's
ridiculous.
$19.50 for a beer.
A beer.
A beer. But here's the thing, and we talked about it. This is the market economy. If you have, 16,000 people that are willing to pay that price and willing to buy beer at that price, well, what's suggesting you should not charge that price? So although I think it's absurd. I mean, I put my hand up and saying, like, that's not in the realm of possibility for me to justify taking my family to an Oilers game. You know what I mean?
And you don't see a lot of families. When you said that the other day, I'm like, okay, you hear that argument and it's completely valid. And then I'm thinking to myself, when I'm at the games covering, I don't see families. You don't see any families really at Oiler games. Sure, there are some, but an average family to go, I think you had it at just around $1,000, right?
Yeah, it's got to be probably even more, Tom.
And then you talk about the Stingers, a great product, obviously very different.
Yep.
But you could take April and all three girls.
Yeah, if you're looking
and
for
pay a
quality
fraction.
professional entertainment in a sporting way, I prefer to send my money to somebody else that is willing and eager to receive it. That's, kind of
Yes.
where. What is this?
What is that? What do you got there, Coop?
You got okay. Jed Roberts, I said it for 5, but I mean,
okay.
well, maybe he was just checking to make sure everything was working. We are coming to you, obviously, live from the Banquet Studio. We ask you to hit us up on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999, where prime rib is only $18.99 at Tap 25 Restaurant. That's right. It's just $18.99, 7 days a week from 11:30 to 11 p.m. Available for dine-in and takeout, not available on show nights. If you want to take your parents out for a nice evening, take them out to the River Cree Resort and Casino. I mean,
It's really nice out
what
there.
dad out there doesn't enjoy a good prime rib? A prime rib is a very dad order,
I
isn't
love
it?
a good prime rib.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, and then you get the dad that says, "Is this fresh, or is this reheated?" That's a
That's a dad joke.
That's a dad move. I mean, that's
That's a dad
just what
joke.
it's going to happen. You can listen to us on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps, or you can watch us on Twitter. You can watch us on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube, we ask that you please hammer that thumbs up. Click the thumbs up. It makes us feel instant gratification.
Yes.
But it also helps spread the good word. Coob, if you're ready for the click, click, click song, I urge you and I compel you at this time to press play.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right. So like I said, we've got a big show for you. We're going to have a fun off-topic topic coming in that's going to... Tom and I are going to open the access to him and I. We're going to say, ask us anything, and we shall answer.
It's a bit of a scary proposition.
It's a scary proposition, but...
you and I, well, we do know each other.
We
We've
know
worked
each
together
other,
for
but
2 years.
we don't get to work in this capacity all that often. I really enjoy it. It's funny. Every time I work with Matt or... Like I work with Reid on a day-to-day, so I have a little bit of a different relationship with him.
Yeah.
But when I get to work with you or Matt, I just come out of here thinking, man, like these guys are pros. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's clip that.
Well,
clip that, Coop.
as somebody that's very new to this, it is very nice to sit down with somebody and see the way you guys do things, and one day
By
I'll
the
probably
seat of
get
my
there.
pants?
Well, but you're comfortable in that skin, which it does take some time to get to.
I'm honored. Thank you. I'm flattered.
SC's tickets are on sale. They go on sale. That event is happening September 16th at the Metro Cinema at the Garneau. It's $10 a ticket. So if you want to join, those tickets are on sale as of today. You can email estes@edmontonsportstalk.com. That's ESTYS@edmontonsportstalk.com. We'd love to have you there. We'd love to see you there. Tommy's going to be dressed up all nice. Is your whole family coming again, Tom?
They are.
Good for them.
Yep.
That's always great.
Locked in. I have a lovely date. She's coming with me.
Oh,
You've met her.
yes.
I had to talk to the boys at Modern. I can't wear the same thing I did last year, of course.
I'm probably going to have to.
You got a good suit.
I got a really nice suit. It's
Jared
blue.
Richard,
It's on
great.
brand.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just change my dress shirt under it or something.
Yeah, like switch it up. So
Switch it up. I don't know.
I'm very excited. The SDs are super fun.
It's a great event.
It's black tie formal, and I love how people like own it. They
Yeah.
just own it. I was talking to Jess Jackson from the Bear, and her and Danny, Lieutenant Eric's wife, they did like a 70s glam with fur.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah.
They stood out. They
And-
looked fantastic.
So Matthew Wanick, who's very good at organizing most things, you could put award show on that list now. Did a phenomenal job with it last year. I was thoroughly impressed. And then the vibe was good. I think we had a couple hundred people. And then we took the after party to Hudson's White. And I think that's what we're doing again. I talked to Connor from Hudson's
I've reached
White.
out. We're looking to see where and when and all that fun jazz.
He said he would be open to it again.
Oh, they'd love it. Yeah, that was a blast.
And so
I think we put Matty Iwanek on our shoulders last time.
Yeah, I
paraded
think
him
we
around
did.
Hudson's.
For good reason.
The only thing I don't like, and I'll just say it
Tell me.
again, is the seats at Garneau.
they're just older.
Like they
vintage.
tilt you back.
Yeah.
I mean, in a suit, it's awkward.
It's a bit awkward. That's
But
fair.
If that's my only complaint, then I that's fine. Obviously, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift got engaged. Tommy and I are going to give share our thoughts on that because I
Sure.
think that for some reason this is quite polarizing, and I'm not sure why, but we're going to buy or sell that on that later for Damon Bunting Real Estate. That's going to happen at 4:42. But now we must get into the off-topic topic. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. Tom, when I went golfing with my girls a couple weeks ago.
I saw the post.
They're going to be going out to Rundle Park tomorrow. Garrett and the boys at Goat Track. They're going to go see them and
That's where I
test
learned
that
how
out.
to golf.
A little back to school before, one last swing at summer.
This
Because they go back to
Thursday thing
school on
sucks.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Dusty school kids don't go to school till Tuesday.
See, to me, that makes sense.
That makes complete sense.
Why start on a Thursday
I have not a clue.
in August? That's a ripoff. If I was a student of one of those schools, I'd be like, that's some BS right there.
Yeah, like why not just wait till after the long
Wait
weekend?
till after the long weekend.
I get starting on a Thursday regularly in September, though, because I don't like to get into the full week of school. I want just the 2 days, and most times.
But like
kids
this
might
is
not
2 days
show
and
up
then
for
you're
it.
on for a 3-day weekend. It just doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't make sense.
it primed me for school. Like I was like, oh wow, whole 5 days I got to wake up early rather than
Yeah.
my summer routine and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
maybe,
summer's
maybe the
over,
2
Coob.
days.
Life's
Yeah.
over for the kids. It's back to school.
Summer's not over until September 21st, though. Technically, right?
Oh, what like
that when it-
the
I
actual
know.
date?
I'm just- yeah, I'm just-
But we're gonna
Yes.
go well into October with nice weather. We deserve it. We simply deserve it. The summer has
We've
not
had a
been
lot
hot
of
enough.
rain.
We're getting it all now.
Yeah.
and all the kids are going back to school. Coob, I'm going to throw your name into the hat in this off-topic topic as well, and I'm going to put you on the spot. This is what we're going to call this off-topic topic is let's get to know Tom, Jay, and Coob.
Oh, boy.
Okay. You can ask us any question, whether it be in the nasty chat or at the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999. Keep it PG. Don't be that person. Keep it PG, but we're an open book. If you want to know more about Tom, perhaps how he got into broadcasting, why he always references that he worked with the Oilers, what capacity.
I don't reference it all. I do, actually.
No, I'm not saying that as a slight. I'm saying
I know, I'm
that's
just kidding.
that's cool. That's a part of your history. You want to know a little bit more about Coob, what he did on his vacation, what he likes to do in his spare time. That's what you can do. You can send in your questions now, either in the nasty chat or 780-218-9999. That's the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Tom, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
What is your favorite clothing store to shop at?
Modern
Because
measure.
As I've alluded to. Well,
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
But like actual, like not dress clothes.
well, and not like, I mean, they are custom, like they are,
Yeah.
they make everything to fit. But
Yeah.
like, if you just had to go
Buy something
and
somewhere.
buy something somewhere, like, are you a Winners guy, a Marshalls guy?
No, I can answer this. I have like a couple places that have become my favorites. and I know my size, so I don't have to go. I hate trying stuff on.
Yes.
I hate talking to sales associates unless I know them, like Richie and Jared over at Modern. I hate going to the store knowing I need to go buy something. Actually just bought, Belsey put me onto these. And this is the first time I'm wearing this t-shirt. It's
Nice shirt.
Built. BYLT. I think it's Gronkowski's.
Oh, yeah. BILT. So
Yeah.
built?
And Belsey swears by he bought a bunch of their stuff and he loves it. Pants, shirts, everything. So I bought, they did they always do these sales. So far, so good. I like the cut of this shirt. I like the feel of it. And I go to Kit and Ace a lot. They used to have a store in West Edmonton Mall. A bunch of them got shut down across Canada, but they have their online store. I think they have one location or two in Calgary.
Kit and Ace?
Kit and Ace. Great stuff. All of it. To me, it's fantastic. So those are the two well, this one I just started trying out, and then Kit and Ace I go to all the time.
Bones has one. Off-topic topic. What are your favorite places in the city? Park, recreation area, restaurants, anything.
Oh.
You know, I'll say this. When we were young, married, we had our place on the south side, a little townhouse. That was our starter home, our first place we lived. And no kids. So like after on a Friday night, April and I would go down to Victoria Golf Course and golf 9 and then go out and have dinner or something. Yep. And in the, as the cooler air is dropping into the river valley and it's just a beautiful evening. I mean, hitting Victoria Golf Course at that time was majestic. It was awesome.
They have a great
Now
clubhouse.
They have a great restaurant there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't at the time, right? So
But
we'd
that
usually
whole
swing up.
clubhouse is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is now. It wasn't then.
Okay.
So we'd usually swing up to White Ave. I like White Ave too. I
Same.
don't mind a good old White Ave walk. But I'd say Victoria Golf Course would be near and dear to my heart.
Great choice.
Yeah.
It's very active down there. It's beautiful. You're right by the river. I like the Ledge. I'll go for like a walk I'll just go hang out there like a little bit. Like if I wanted to, actually I've done that more so at my old place. My new place, I'm right downtown, so everything's too convenient. Whereas before I would like take like a blanket and a book and I would just like go down to the Ledge and sit and read the book and sit in the sun.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I liked it. It's just like the grassy areas. You can kind of, like, it gets busy where those fountains were. I know they were under construction for the last couple of years. But there's the grassy areas on the south side of the building. And you can find a little spot to yourself. And there's people, there's kids, there's families, people running around with their dogs. They have the lawn bowling.
Yes.
Which is kind of neat.
Is that pond area, like the water feature, still under construction?
I think they fixed it or finished it. I don't
That
know
was
what it
so
is
much
now.
fun. And what a hazard that was. Like when we were there as children, it was like you'd hurt yourself on that thing.
I think a couple of people drowned in there.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they changed things up.
Yeah.
We've got lots of questions coming in, so that's good. We're going to get to all those next segment. A reminder that Edmonton Sports Talk is brought to you by Play Alberta. Play Alberta is your home for online gaming excitement, featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery instants, and sports betting. Now, with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. Little praise report for the people here. Did you get paid out on Jay's
got paid
Play?
out.
We all got paid out on Jay's Play of the Day. So there should be nobody that didn't get paid out on Jay's Play of the Day. Thanks to the good people over at Play Alberta for getting that done. All right, you were listening to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. We're going to be back to answer a lot of these questions, but first, let's hear from the Coob.
According to NFL Network, the Chargers are moving Najee Harris to the active roster as he continues to recover from a non-football related injury. And Spencer Rattler is a Week 1 starter for New Orleans as they take on the Cardinals next Sunday. The 24-year-old suited up in 7 games last season, passing for over 1,300 yards, connecting for 4 total touchdowns. We also see Canadian Taylor Elgersma being dropped by the Packers. The Bombers hold his CFL rights, while out east Toronto hosts Minnesota, with the Jays putting up 10 runs to take a 10-4 win at home last night. Chris Bassick gets the ball tonight, first pitch just after 5. And it's the Red Sox and Orioles kicking things off at 4:35. Red Sox are 5 games back of the Jays entering the matchup. Later on, the Braves and Marlins go at it. The Rays face the Guardians before the Mets play the Phillies. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The show continues with Tommy and Jay on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
He tried to trade for Danny Heatley.
Was that Tambo?
Yep. He hired Pat Quinn.
Well, maybe Steve Tambolini was here longer than I thought.
Drafted Magnus Piarvi, 10th overall.
I still like the
Wasn't a
pick.
Great one. Traded Kyle Brodziak for nothing. That was a bad one. Signed Habby Bulin for who knows why.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Goodbye! You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. SentinelStorage.ca.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host, excuse me, Tom Gazzola, right here in Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Coming in at the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, we have quite a few questions, Tom, as well as over in the Nasty Chat.
I'm seeing a bunch of them.
Yeah,
in the Nasty Chat, I'm laughing at some of them.
We're gonna have to tackle some of these. Bronco Nick. Can Tommy have a conversation in Italian?
No, I can. If Bronco Nick wanted to give me crap in Italian, I would know exactly what he was saying. I understand it. Same with Polish, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I understand it very well. I just cannot articulate and use the words properly to have a.
If you had to,
French, I can. French, I was in French immersion till 11th grade.
So you can have it. You could say, "Hey, Jason, how's your day going?"
Yeah, I'm not going to do it on the air, but
okay.
yes, absolutely.
You can get through it.
Yep.
Wow.
And I actually thank my parents for that. I hated it for the longest time, and I thank them. That was very smart of them. But no, Bronco Nick, I cannot have a conversation. I can listen to you say stuff to me, and I'll know exactly what you're saying, though.
This is an interesting one that comes in from Big Uke. What is one store/attraction that Edmonton needs?
Oh.
I really enjoyed the Millwoods. What was it called? Now I'm drawing a blank. It had the go-karts. It had the batting cage. It had the bumper boats.
Oh,
mini golf.
Was it called Gateway Park?
Gateway Park? Is that what it was called?
Amusement Park, I think.
Gateway Amusement. It's right across from the water towers.
Yes.
Just off the White Mud. It's now an LRT building.
Yes. Gateway.
And
had go-karts.
It was White Mud Amusement Park.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. White Mud Amusement Park. And that place was amazing. I mean, you could go there, you could hit the batting cage, they had really good go-karts. Like I said, the bumper cars, they had a little arcade in there. Like that was a date night extraordinaire. They used to have a fastball batting cage that would go up to 76 mile an hour.
The ones at Brew House or Ice House go,
really?
I think even higher.
But like gone are the days of batting cages. Where do you find a batting cage to go to?
Meadowview Diamonds in St. Albert.
Really?
I have one that's like a relic. Like near my house, it's set up, but it's not a full automated batting cage.
Does it work?
Well, it is a cage. You could step into it. Usually it's locked up though, and it's all there's weeds growing all over it, but you could see what was.
But I mean, this one was like a dome with a tent over it, and there was like 6 or 7 different spots and different speeds. So you'd have a slow pitch, you'd have a fastball, and then you'd have a hard ball. And it all had a self-feeding system that accumulated in the middle, and it was all automated.
Yeah,
so you just go in and put your token in, and you're swinging.
That's like Ice House and Meadowview Diamonds. Those are the two I can remember.
What about the big dome on the south side that used to be the
golf
indoor
dome?
Golf dome.
The golf dome. That was on Gateway Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I lived right near there as well, and I'd always wonder what happened in there. Like, I never asked about it, but I was always curious. Yeah.
That's why they call it the golf dome.
Well, I had no clue the name. I just thought it was a funky looking dome. I thought it was storage because they had the storage units right beside it. I'm like, wow, that's one big storage unit.
Yeah, that was double layer too. It was like going to Victoria's driving range.
Yeah.
Victoria driving range. So it's
that's sweet.
Upper and lower deck. That's
Is there
what the
another
golf
indoor
dome
one
was.
like that?
They had
fully.
They had targets on like the ceiling and stuff.
Oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah. There's nothing like that in the city anymore, right?
I think the golf dome idea is kind of faded away.
Yeah.
Now, I like where your mind is at because, and I think the River Cree is doing something along those lines, a Top Golf type of thing.
I heard that, but then I heard it was also squashed.
It was squashed? Oh, that's too bad. I think we could use Top Golf, like the branded Top Golf.
See, the golf dome was like the poor man's Top Golf.
Sure, but like guys would go there to work on their game. Top Golf is like bowling and golf mixed into one, plus like bar, nightclub, arcade. There's a pool at the one in Vegas that you can just go to. It's open to the public all the time. Like, and I know our climate isn't conducive to it. And they have that launch pad in Calgary, but I see it and like I go, that's cool.
Or
no, it's called Launchpad. It's like Top Golf, but and it looks cool, but it's not. Once you've had Top Golf, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then like I saw the Launchpad thing and I'm like, oh.
But it's just not the climate.
It's not the same. And we don't have the climate. That's the crappy part.
Like you'd have to do it indoor somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Golf dome. Golf dome. Reincarnate the golf dome.
Yeah.
This one came in. It says, Jay, did you get a tryout for a CFL team and which ones? No, I didn't. I went to the combine. I went to the CFL
Which is
combine
still cool.
and I competed there. I thought I did pretty dang well because I wasn't the fastest guy. That was my knock. But I was smart. I knew how to play the sport. I knew how to play the position, but I never got drafted and I never got a tryout.
You could have been a great Ottawa Renegade.
Edmonton should have offered me a tryout. They should have brought me into camp.
Could they have?
Yeah.
They do that.
Stupid that they didn't.
Who
Every
would have
time,
been the
I
GM?
always blame JMO, but it wasn't his call. I always blame Dave. Hey,
As you
Dave,
should.
thanks for passing on me.
Way to go, Dave.
No, it's funny, actually. I was close friends with Ed Hervey at that time because we played basketball together every day at noon.
Oh.
At U of A. Football, Eskimo guys would come down there. And he's like, don't go to the combine.
And you went to the combine.
And I went to the combine because I thought it was the best thing to do. He said, don't go. Because if you don't go, you'll get a free agency tryout and then you can show what you can do. If you go, they're going to see how slow you are and they're not going to draft.
And that's exactly what happened?
Boom!
It's like one guy's a GM in the league.
It's like he knew what he was talking about. Yeah, so that was interesting. This one comes in from our very own YouTube Trev, above average in the nasty chat. You just won $100,000. What are you spending it on?
Mortgage.
Yeah.
I hate having a mortgage. It sucks.
Yeah, it's terrible. But I mean, let's have fun with this.
Okay,
I mean,
that's a good idea.
I don't know. I would probably do an African safari.
Yeah, let's leave out like house.
Ooh,
like
yeah.
let's
That's a bucket
interesting.
list.
Yeah, you can only spend it on certain things.
I would go to an F1 event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd go to Monte Carlo.
I'd go to Germany and travel Europe.
You'd travel well
You'd
for
go to the
$100,000.
fatherland,
The fatherland, yes.
as they say.
Well, my grandfather was from there.
Yes, I know. You speak some German, don't you?
Yeah,
A little bit. Hey?
I don't know. I was going to
Sprach
say
Deutsch?
yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome. Yeah.
Jawohl.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. I took German in university too.
Did you?
Seriously? You did
Okay.
quite well, I'm assuming.
Oh, just enough to pass. Don.
9.
It was like you required to do it, take a language. So I wanted to do one that I hadn't done. So German. I don't.
Das ist gut.
Das ist sehr good.
Yeah,
that's even
good. Yeah,
German.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah. I the bucket list for me would be to go on an African safari. Like,
That would be
the
awesome.
real deal.
I know, but
But
a
if
friend of mine just went. She's just left today, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see an elephant like in the wild, or a giraffe,
Hippos,
run away from those things.
lions.
Dangerous.
How about Antarctica? Like, would you ever want to take
No
a trip
desire.
up there?
Absolutely no
Never in the
desire.
cold?
They have
No.
penguins at West Edmonton Mall that are just as cute and adorable and enjoyable there rather than Antarctica.
Yeah, you don't have to go all the way to
You know
Iceland,
what?
yeah.
If you really want to, on a cold day in the winter during a blizzard, walk outside a farm or just outside of town, and it's like you're in Antarctica. Same
It's close
experience.
enough, yeah.
You might not see an iceberg break off, but
no polar bears.
you got to go to Manitoba for that.
Churchill, Manitoba. You can go to Churchill, Manitoba to do that.
Yes, you can. The polar bears are like sneaky. They're like ninjas.
Polar bears?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently, like I know we respect and fear the grizzly, but polar bears are even more dangerous and
massive.
deadly. Yeah.
Huge.
And they're quiet, silent assassins.
Tommy J, which other EST member gets under your skin the most? You can't say Jasmine.
Oh.
That's from Sheesh Edits in the Nasty Chat. I got to be honest with you. It would be Coop. No, just kidding. I just said that because he wasn't listening. Nobody. Like, I mean, if you have somebody, Tom, but this place is such positive vibes here.
No,
I honestly can't say anybody here gets under my skin.
No.
Smash gets under my skin sometimes. But
Smash
he hasn't been around.
That bird.
I talk to Belzy every day. Maybe him. I don't know, but I like talking to him. Nobody really does.
We've got a limerick that came in, and then we're going to get after the break. It's going to be crunching the numbers from Gallo LLP. You're going to want to be a part of this discussion because we're going to talk about and hear from Wayne Gretzky in 1988. Recently, after the trade, I found this wicked old clip that it's a young Gretzky. It's a different Gretzky. But we're going to hear from him as his thoughts on the Gretzky's trade/sale. But first, this limerick comes in from Bronco Nick. Kelce and Tay are walking down the aisle. Huss has baby date bets stuck in a file. Fantasy football time. Everyone's roster is sublime until their star receiver is gone for a while. Have a great show. Thanks, Bronco Nick. That was well done. If you want to send your limerick in, go ahead and send it to jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. A reminder as well, we have a really fun athlete of the week. The Pass the Pantry athlete of the week will be coming up on Thursday. It's going to be a great one. If you know of an athlete, young, old, it doesn't matter. I mean, we had Ken Davison on this show 2 weeks ago.
That was cool.
Who is, I believe he's 80 years of age, had run his 137th marathon in the Edmonton Marathon. So it can be any age. We just want to hear from them. If you have somebody you want to nominate, email them to me, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. We're going to be back with crunching the numbers for Gallo LLP, but next you're going to hear from the Coob. This is Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
According to NFL Network, the Chargers are moving Najee Harris to the active roster. He continues to recover from a non-football related injury. And the Saints have announced their Week 1 starter Spencer Rattler gets the ball for their matchup against Arizona after he saw 7 games last season, being good for over 1,300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Well, from Green Bay, Canadian Taylor Elgersma has been cut from the Packers' 53-man roster. His CFL rights belong to the Bombers. MLB action, it's the Jays first in the AL East. Up 5 games over the second-place Red Sox. Toronto facing Minnesota once again tonight. They won yesterday's series opener. First pitch goes just after 5. Chris Bassett on the mound for the Jays. At 4:35, it's Boston in action against Baltimore. After that, the Rangers and Angels rematch. Then it's the D-backs battling the Brewers. And on the court, there's 2 WNBA games, including Phoenix on the road out in LA to face the Sparks. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977. You can also visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment today. Tommy and Jay revisit the Gretzky trade on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The Oil Stream.
Which one of these 2 players do you think lives up to those expectations the most?
Savoy, because he's got pro experience. He had really good numbers in the AHL. He had a cup of coffee in the NHL. Played with Draisaitl.
I thought he looked pretty good last year when he was up here.
It was just a numbers game because they have so many veterans here. They're like, we're not going to rush this kid. I'm not saying Ike Howard won't be good. I think it's going to be an adjustment.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Everyone knows when you need a truck now, you call Dawn.
That's right. You call us, Frontier Cartage, when you need driver coverage or have a truck that's down.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you've got way more freight to move than you thought.
You call Dawn from Frontier Cartage.
When you need a truck that's available and ready to start anytime you need.
You call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826. 587-222-5826.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Must you click? Click. Must you click?
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola. We got Zachary Kubish working the ones and twos, doing a great job, I must say. You were listening to us on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. A reminder that starting next Wednesday, the morning show, the Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, will be simulcast live on 95.7 Cruise FM. So EST, the morning show, has jumped over to there, which will be simulcasting. Nothing here changes. I want to make that clear. I've had a few people message me that listen to the show. I've had friends reach out and say, how's this going to work? There's nothing changing for people that are watching on YouTube. Nothing changes for people that are listening on iHeart Radio or the TuneIn app. Nothing changes except that it's going to open the door for EST to reach some people that just simply haven't been able to cross over.
The way I describe it is the morning show is on another platform representing EST, just like how we got on iHeart.
That's a great way to say it.
TuneIn.
Yes.
We put everything on YouTube. It's just another platform for EST. And for some, it makes it easier to listen.
I'm not changing.
I'm not changing.
I'm an iHeart guy. It's gonna be an iHeart. I'm also a podcast, and you can download Edmonton Sports Talk on any podcast wherever you get your podcast, whether it be Shopify or Apple. Get with Edmonton Sports Talk. You can download the Reid Wilkins Show. You can download the Nielsen Show, the Hangout, Oil Stream, Hello Hockey. It's all there for you to get at any place that you get your podcast.
It's cool. You know what too? Like the convenience if you don't want to munch data, but generally, not everybody, but generally we get tons of data when we.
Well, and there are still people that have flip phones.
Oh yeah, well, my uncle doesn't understand our radio station.
Right.
He's like, I don't.
I've always said this. If
work?
my parents can do it, my mom watches every show religiously. Hi, Mom. I love you.
I love you too.
Tom loves you too, Pearl. She can figure it out. So come on. You can figure it out.
There's a reluctance for some, but now that reluctance should be completely. You have no more excuses for the morning show.
For the morning show.
That's right.
Which, I mean, that's the biggest show. That's the best show here. That was the anchor show.
Yes.
So it's good for those boys to get onto another platform so that more voices can hear them. And I mean, honestly, Tom, when they're on there, they're going to be promoting EST.
Well, it is. It's an EST. It's EST.
Saying, hey, if you like this, you're going to like everything else. Tune in on iHeart, TuneIn app, YouTube.
Rob from the Grove says, is the morning show getting rated now? Yes, it would fall under the rating system. But again, doesn't really affect us.
Kelvin Van Dasselar on the Nasty Chat said, hi, Pearl. There. Mom's getting shout outs. Pearl, great name. I agree. It is a great name. But right now it is time to crunch the numbers for Gallo LLP. They are chartered professional accountants where they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John at Gallo LLP if you would like to discuss further how they can crunch your numbers and help your business grow. Visit their website, gallollp.ca, and see how Gallo LLP can help your business grow. Okay, we're going to continue the discussion we had yesterday. And I mean, ultimately, Tom, this Gretzky trade or sale did come down to numbers. It came down to numbers that Peter Pocklington was looking for in return for Wayne Gretzky, which summed up to be about $15 million in cash. Now, here's my question to really get into this.
Okay.
Were Peter Pocklington's hands tied? Did Peter Pocklington have to decide on moving out one of these superstars? I mean, Gretzky was the superstar. But do you think there was a way in which he could have kept all these players together?
Probably.
No salary cap. I mean, the deals, there was $15 million cash that came back. This was, that doesn't happen now. And just to, jog everybody's memory, it was Gretzky, McSorley, and Krushelnyski going to LA in return for Jimmy Carson, Martin Jelena, and first round picks in 89, 91, and 93, plus $15 million cash.
Mm-hmm.
So the Oilers got a bit back from it.
They got a haul.
And
they turned Jimmy Carson into Peter Klima, if I'm not mistaken. And something else. And Joe Murphy.
That was a name.
He was first overall pick in 86?
And then the other question, did Wayne Gretzky want to leave Edmonton? Do you think he wanted to take on the challenge of going to LA? And
I don't think so.
No?
No.
You thought this was where he wanted to be?
I think so.
And then,
that's my understanding.
And then there's the Janet Gretzky discussion. Did she want out of Edmonton? And was she kind of pushing the needle or pushing Wayne to go to a glamorous market, one that, she was still is an actor. I mean,
she still appears in movies and shows.
So
and
was
stuff.
there that, right? There's a lot of layers to this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I mean, we can get into that. I mean,
Well, I want to roll a clip. I found this. This was from Hockey Night in Canada from 1988. After the trade had happened, they had a one-on-one with Wayne. I clipped together a portion of this interview, but this is what Wayne Gretzky had to say shortly after the trade from Edmonton to LA.
I heard the rumors, like everyone else had heard, that there was a possibility of a trade. But beyond that, I knew that I was at crossroads with my contract with the Oilers, and that either something was going to take place in June of '88 or June of '89. And after the game, we had a Stanley Cup party and get-together. And at that time, I was informed that Vancouver Canucks had made an offer, and that I may be heading there. And then I guess that gets asked an awful lot. I guess it's strictly business, and I know how the Oilers operate, and their philosophy is no one's bigger than their organization. No one ever will be bigger than their organization. They build winners there, they don't build tradition, and I knew that. And I felt that I was going to control my own destiny. I didn't want to have to sign a longer contract and have them trade me at the age of 30 or 31 to somewhere I didn't want to play. And it became a business decision, and I understood that. And I'm thankful because I feel that I'm now playing an organization and for an owner that is first class, and I like that. After I met Mr. McNall, I felt that if I was going to move and leave Edmonton, that he was the guy I wanted to play for. He's absolutely the nicest man that I've ever met. Got a great heart. He honestly takes care of each and every player the same way as equals. And Jimmy Carson will tell you that, and all the things that he's done for Jimmy Carson after Jimmy Carson's been traded. I remember walking into his office, and he said that he didn't want to trade Jimmy Carson, that he felt that he felt that Jimmy was like a son to him. And I remember saying, well, if you want to back out of the deal, then that's fine by me. I understand the situation. And the fact that he cared about his player enough was, I remember saying to my wife that, boy, I hope I can play for him because he's a great man. We knew that the Oilers were going to try to put the onus on her, and the fact that they wanted us to be together as a family. I knew that the day before it happened, and I remember saying to her, you're going to take a lot of heat, and if we don't want to do this, I won't do it. And I guess my dad summed it up best, that it's the first time he's ever heard of an owner doing an $18 million favor for a wife. It just doesn't happen in professional sports, and that's not a knock against the Oilers. It's just business. They don't really care what the wives think or what the wives do. That's just the sport, the nature of the game.
All right, so there you heard some comments from Wayne Gretzky shortly after the trade. Tom, as we were watching that, you looked at me and made a gesture. What caught your ear there?
One quote Wayne had there was, they build winners there, they don't build tradition. I think it speaks to how cutthroat Sather was, but he wanted to keep Wayne. If you've read the books and you know the story and you listen to the interviews that Sather has given over the years, not building tradition or culture, I think, and there's another quote in there where it's a shot at ownership, where Wayne was talking about playing for Bruce McNall, and he's the type of guy I'd want to play for. Talk about Jimmy Carson there and treating Jimmy Carson like a son. It was all Peter Pocklington.
Yeah.
I also want to point out one thing that is funny. Both of those owners ended up becoming criminals.
That is true.
Yeah. And either were in jail or had an ankle bracelet of some sort or on probation.
Yeah, Bruce McNall was convicted on December 14th, 1994. He pleaded to 5 counts of conspiracy and fraud, bilking 6 banks out of $236 million over a 10-year period. Those free-spending ways had ultimately put the Kings in serious financial jeopardy.
Yeah.
McNall, his sentence was reduced to 13 months for good behavior. But yeah, and even if you look at Pocklington, you said something earlier to me that I thought was interesting, because now an owner of an NHL franchise doesn't, I guess when that $15 million cash came back, I don't think that was reinvested into the Oilers.
No,
I think that was paying off other debts that he'd accrued. I mean, he had gainers.
Yes. Didn't they have a strike that was like detrimental? And
yeah, so it was a totally different mindset of an owner at that point. That was it was more of a small business mentality as opposed to what it is now.
Yes, good. That's a great way to describe it.
Shovelhead says, I think the deal was the NHL encouraged to increase the interest in hockey in the Southern California area because of expansion.
See, I don't believe that.
You don't think that the NHL encouraged it, but would you then
I don't think they were going to stop it.
Because at one point, Detroit was on the table as a potential landing spot for Wayne. And I think I heard this on Spit and Chicklets when they did an exclusive with Wayne Gretzky, that, well, his dad talked to him and said, Detroit has Gordie Howe.
Yep.
Maybe you don't want to go there. But I honestly think, do you think Wayne ultimately made the right decision in terms of a landing spot in going to LA?
I think Wayne... Did he make the right decision? To me, he sacrificed himself for the betterment of the game.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Right.
I watched that clip. I went down this crazy rabbit hole during the playoffs where I would watch full broadcasts that someone put on YouTube from the 70s and 80s, and I would watch those intermission segments. I'm like, oh my God, and I actually watched that one. And something stood out to me about Wayne back then. There was an innocence to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that trade killed it. He became a businessman. He became savvy. He became an entity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what LA and all of that did to him. And I look back and I listen to him there and I go, that was Wayne, the NHL superstar, not Wayne, the global athlete, brand ambassador. How would I describe it?
Superstar.
Well, yeah, like that.
Really?
To me, there was an innocence to him in his time as an Oilers,
there was an
and that was taken away from him when the sale, aka trade, occurred.
If you look back on those old clips, the boys on the bus era, those when they were on those Stanley Cup streaks, the streak, and you look back at those locker rooms, and it was just a bunch of kids, right, that were having fun, put together this super team.
Yeah.
And I would say that having experienced something like that would make you realize quite quick that this is a business.
Yeah.
And that it's only business, and that the only thing that matters to Peter Pocklington and even Bruce McNall at that point was dollars. And I'll remind you, that hasn't changed. That will never change.
It is not
in professional sports.
I'll say this about Bruce McNall. He had the foresight to take this asset in Wayne Gretzky and turn Wayne Gretzky from just a best player in the world to a global brand. And it helped the league grow. And when the league grows, teams generally profit more. And we saw Anaheim come in, San Jose came in, Tampa, Ottawa, Florida. And then in the late 90s, early 2000s, you saw more expansion into Nashville, Atlanta, Columbus, for crying out loud. Minnesota came back. All of that happened because of Wayne Gretzky trade / sale.
Let us know your thoughts on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999. I can tell you this for free. The Nasty Chat is buzzing on this topic. So we're going to keep talking about it after the break. We're going to get to Jay's Play of the Game. A reminder, we got Dennis Bernstein coming up, buying or selling, where we will buy and sell as much as we can on the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce engagement.
Can't wait.
That's all coming up in the next hour. You are listening to The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola right here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
The Lock Shop.
Okay, so it's not like, oh, she's due in 3 weeks. You win the bet. This baby has to be breathing.
Yeah, Travis needs to impregnate her basically by the end of March
This year.
safely, or say maybe mid-March. You never know. Sometimes babies are a couple weeks late. So basically by St. Patrick's Day.
I love listening to Huss talk about like you're a baby expert.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If you aren't wearing a Connect belt, what are you waiting for? A one-size-fits-all belt with a smooth, hole-free track system makes it adjustable for the perfect fit. With fully customizable options, you can choose your belt color, material, and buckle to suit your style. 100% Canadian-owned and operated, Connect belts are designed for work, everyday wear, and even a round of golf. Check out the large selection of men's and women's styles at www.knktbelts.com. Connect belts, the perfect fit every time.
World-renowned top psychic medium and the star of Meet the Frasers, Matt Fraser comes to River Cree Resort and Casino on September 12th and 13th for a couple of special live shows. Join Matt for 2 nights of healing, hope, and laughter. Matt has become a trusted figure for people seeking closure, guidance, and connection with their loved ones. Don't miss Matt Fraser live at River Cree Resort and Casino September 12th and 13th. Both shows are 18+. Get your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
According to NFL Network, the Chargers are moving Najee Harris to the active roster. He continues to recover from a non-football related injury. And Spencer Rattler is a man for New Orleans for Week 1 as they face Arizona next Sunday. The 24-year-old saw 7 games last season, throwing for nearly 1,300 yards with 4 touchdowns. And Canadian Taylor Elgersma was dropped by the Packers, not making their 53-man roster. The Bombers hold his CFL rights. They picked him 18th overall in the most recent draft. Out east, Toronto plays host to Minnesota. The Jays putting up 10 runs to take a 10-4 win at home in the series opener last night. It's Chris Bassett, the man, on the mound for the Jays. First pitch just after 5. And the Red Sox are in action. To kick things off at 4:35, they face the Orioles. Red Sox sit 5 games back of the Jays for first in the AL East. Later on, the Braves and Marlins go at it. The Rays face the Guardians before the Mets take on the Phillies. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola. It is Tuesday, August 26th in Edmonton, where it is beautiful. It's 29 degrees outside right now, Tom.
It's phenomenal. This is what we've been waiting for.
Wednesday's high 31, Thursday 29, Friday 30, Saturday 31, Sunday 27. By golly, it's a heat wave.
I love it. I love it.
Although I will say, and this might be a hard take for people to
absorb,
to take in, to really grasp. I love seasons. Like, I am not anti-winter. I am not anti, like, I don't say, just give me summer. Because if that was the case, Jay, why the heck are you living in Edmonton? It's almost like if you live in Edmonton, you have to at least appreciate the seasons. We are very lucky because we do get defined seasons. Yes, I know the definition and the timelines of those seasons change and fluctuate.
Yeah.
But we do get a bona fide spring. We do get a summer. We get fall and we get winter. I do like, I have a time and place for winter. I will say that.
Sure.
You don't
I reluctantly agree. Now, I'll interject with a couple of things. I hate when the comment is made that there's winter 6 months a year in Edmonton or Alberta. That's not true. It's not true.
No, it's actually like 2 months. Like the real frigid part of winter.
December, January, and February.
Well, but even December now is kind of it's become more mild.
Well,
like Jan, February, March can be that's winter. Like you do get it.
I would like, though, I'll cap it with this thought, and I want to know what you think. I would like for there to be an extended or more true fall.
Yes, weeks. I love fall. I love fall because to me, plus 31, I don't like that. I just simply don't. It's too hot for me. And I can complain because I'm not going to complain when it's minus 31.
That's fair.
I don't mind that. But that's just me. A reminder that we're coming to you from the Banquet Bar studio, where Spin to Win Fridays is happening at the Banquet. Spin the wheel for a chance to win big and save on your bill. Details at thebanquetbar.com. Okay, we're going to keep talking about this Gretzky trade/sale. Call it what you want. This comes in from Waddy and Cloverdale. Players just go through the loss of innocence earlier now. And he says it was 100% a league-driven decision. Jason
I don't believe that.
In the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999. Wasn't Peter blank talking Wayne behind his back with McNall and Wayne heard it?
Yes. There was a phone call that occurred. Wayne was in McNall's office. He put it on speakerphone, and apparently Peter was MFing Wayne. And that's when he was like, okay, let's do the deal.
Really? That must be heartbreaking.
It was in his book. He wrote a book in like 1990. I remember it was him in his Kings jersey. And I remember reading it in that story. And that story has popped up a few times. Waddy and Cloverdale had one that I said, I personally don't believe that it was a league-driven thing. But I do agree with Waddy and Cloverdale on the players now losing their innocence earlier in their careers. I think that's bang on.
Yeah, hockey has evolved.
But I don't think the league said trade Wayne Gretzky to the LA Kings. I don't. That's a conspiracy. And the thing with Janet too, it basically the marriage basically slowed her career down. Because she was kind of doing it on her own, starting to be in more roles. And this is a conversation that was had by me and their son last week, where he said, yeah, it did not help her career.
Well, let me ask you this, Tom, and forgive me if I'm speaking out of turn, but I mean, you have a relationship with the Gretzky family, like a legitimate relationship with the Gretzky family.
That's crazy, but yes,
it is crazy.
Insane.
And I mean, you take part in a hockey camp. Is it Ty that puts on?
Yeah, it's Ty's baby. Yeah.
So
I did Keith's this year too.
Okay. So talk about it as much as you want or as little as you want. Now, it's up to you. But does that still come up? Is that at all talked about? Like not around the family dinner table, but do you know what I mean? Like, is that still
a trade?
Is that still a burn on the side of the Gretzky family, in your opinion?
Not in conversations I've had with them.
I mean, time heals wounds,
it was
right?
a huge jump off point where things changed. And like I said when we were watching that clip of Wayne, where I'm like, there was an innocence to him then. And that was gone after the trade, or it slowly faded away when he went from superstar player to like brand. And I think that kind of through osmosis occurred to those around him as well. They this is my experiences with them. And thankfully, I'm very lucky to be, Ty and I are good friends. And I've got to know them, get to spend time at their place. It's amazing. And I have to pinch myself. But they love Edmonton. They respect and appreciate the Oilers. They love the city and the people. But they understand that whole business thing. All of them do, because they've grown up and become business people themselves. And I think part of that stems from the trade, the sale.
Yeah. Interesting topic, polarizing topic. But it's just interesting to look back on that and realize that happened. I mean, that just simply wouldn't happen in today's NHL, would it? Like a superstar.
Well, that broke the wall down for those types of trades in the NHL.
But would that happen? Like, would the Oilers trade Connor McDavid, right? Like, that would be the equivalent.
Yes.
For a bag of money. Would the Oilers
trade? Bag of money thing, I think now, and it's been over 30 years, but I think now the way ownerships are set up, there's more of a thorough vetting process to make sure that the funds are available, that no teams need to sell off assets a la superstar players the way they did in the past. So I think that the structure of the league, the money that these owners have, kind of changed it. Now, there are teams, let's use the Avalanche as an example. They didn't want to pay Mikko Rantanen. They have an internal cap. Well, they had to get rid of him. They traded him to Carolina. So those trades do happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say they happen more frequently. And we're just numb to them now because it's like, oh, this has been happening for 3.5 decades. But I think the Gretzky trade is the one that rocked the foundation and opened the floodgates, if you will. The dam broke.
Well, this comment came in earlier on the road with JT Shark. It says, I was in Victoria on August 2nd when the first rumors of the trade started. 6 days later, the earth shook.
Yeah.
I mean, this was Knowlton Nash, CBC, primetime news when that trade broke. So, yeah, interesting to look at.
I have one little thing about that. The Knowlton Nash, when the news, Don Metz, producer, executive director extraordinaire, wizard, with all kinds of events, production, all that stuff, legend around Edmonton. He told me a story about the trade.
Okay.
It was a beautiful day, and then the trade happened, and they talked about the press conference at Molson House.
Yeah.
Which is in the brewery district.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's been since torn down. He said there was one spot in the city where there was a black cloud and rain coming down, and it was over Molson House. And maybe Metzi over the years, has built that story up and it's hyperbolized, but he told it to me one day. I'm like, you crazy SOB.
Really?
I believe you.
Yeah.
He's a great storyteller.
He
knows the family really well.
Castner 1990 says Pocklington had to sell Gretzky to keep the team in his business interests. Cates doesn't have to sell McDavid. That's the key difference.
That's a good point.
And that's what I was alluding to earlier, where Peter Pocklington was running this more like a mom and pop shop, where he had his other business interests that were failing. Had that not been the case, the history could very well have been rewritten.
True. The owners might have won 3 or 4 more Stanley Cups, but the league might not be what it is today. The global expansion, if you will, into the southern U.S., that might not be the same. There might have been some of it. But, and I will add this too, reading books and then watching documentaries on other teams. I watched one about the Minnesota North Stars in June. Pocklington wasn't the only owner like that. There was a lot of it happening during those years, 70s, 80s, early 90s. Around the league.
Yeah, and even looking at some clips from this, I saw the mayor of Edmonton, who at that point was Lawrence Decor, was so against it that Gretzky was a reason people came to Edmonton. Gretzky was the reason Edmonton was on the map.
Yeah.
So you could just imagine how much it would have shook this city and the core of this city.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm too young to realize the ramifications it probably had in the business world in this city.
Great point.
Right? But it was a big one.
That reminds me, like my dad used to be like, I'm not giving another cent to Peter Pocklington.
Right.
He used to say, I want to go see the New York Rangers. I want to see Mark Messier play. And I'm like, Dad, I'm going to shovel snow. I'm going to do paper route. I'll do all this stuff. And then I'll buy us tickets. And I told him, I got tickets. And I saved up, I remember looking at the price chart of the Coliseum back in the day. I was like 9. And I'm like, I've got enough for me and my dad to go and sit in the lower bowl.
Right.
I'm like, Dad, okay, here's money. I brought $90 to him. I'm like, here's my money. He's like, can you please go get the tickets to the Rangers game? We're going to go watch Mark Messier. He's like, just keep it. We'll go to a game. We actually went and saw the Penguins instead. And that was even better.
Well, good memories. Certainly I had my memories with my dad going to games when I was young. But now we're going to move on. Reminder at 4:20, we've got Dennis Bernstein from the fourth period joining us. We've got Jed Roberts coming up at 5. And we are going to tackle another one of the 5 top stories of in the Edmonton Oilers history in the Edmonton Investors Group. That's going to be up later on the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. But now it's time to get to Jay's play of the day.
It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Jay's Play of the Day is brought to you by Play Alberta, where it's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and of course, sports betting. You can head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. And I wanted to get something live tonight. I've been hitting too many things trying to push it to the Elks game. Elks don't play for 6 days, Tom. I need that feeling, man. I need more cowbell. So I went with the WNBA. That's usually my fall back. It's just a simple favorites play. It's Seattle Storm, who is the heavy favorite, and Phoenix Mercury, also another heavy favorite, just to win. Tommy sprinkled. Seattle Storm and Phoenix Mercury, both to win. That has been boosted to plus 146. That's Jay's Play of the Day. You can head on over to playalberta.ca. Click on sports, click on EST specials, and you will find that link. And always remember to use your game sense. Thanks for sprinkling on that, Tommy.
My pleasure.
I hope it goes well for us. I hope it goes very well for us.
I mean, I won on your last one. It took a little bit of extra time, but you got that sorted out.
Well, Jordan from Play Alberta himself. I mean, this guy runs Play Alberta.
He's great.
He's fantastic. He texted me today and he said, Jay, I finally got pushed through. I'm not sure what happened, but just let me know that it's come through. So everybody who rode with me should have the money in their account.
Nice.
And we'll be set. All right, we're gonna get out. Go ahead.
Do you want to get out, or I have 2 quick texts?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Are you sure? I'm sorry,
absolutely.
Jay.
No, go.
This one from Dave in Section T says, I'm tuning in late, guys. Forgive me if this has been discussed. Didn't Nelson Scalbania have Gretz on a personal services contract that he sold to Pocklington? I don't think the league would allow those kinds of contracts in the salary cap era. Yeah, there was some kind of personal services contract that was still happening. But in the clip, Gretzky said in 88 or 89 is when the contract was up. And then this one, I don't know if you remember this. I don't remember these days. Out of Calgary, said, boys, do you remember when you couldn't drink in the seats at Northlands? You had to go to a certain level to get beers. That blows my mind. I did not know that.
Huh.
I don't remember.
You'd have to go to like a smoker's pit, but it would be a drinker's pit.
That's crazy. If that was the case, I would figure you'd be able to crush beers in the seats, but evidently not.
Well, do you know in a lot of NCAA games, like football games, you cannot consume alcohol?
I've experienced this
right
at OU.
Yeah.
But
it's so odd because you have thousands of students tailgating, getting
wasted,
really, really intoxicated, then coming into the seats and not having any, then it's just boom, falls off the face of the earth. People passing out in the seats, people
sloppy,
lining up for water. It's just a bad situation. Okay, we are going to get out because we've got Dennis Bernstein of the fourth period joining us right after the break. You are listening to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
And we're taking the Nielsen Show to FM radio, and we will be the first sports talk show on FM radio in Canadian history. September 3rd, that is next Wednesday, the Nielsen Show to start will be on Cruise FM 95.7. So in the morning, you will be able to just push 95.7 and you'll get the Nielsen Show unchanged.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Weekday mornings 6 to 9.
Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
World-renowned top psychic medium and the star of Meet the Frasers, Matt Fraser comes to River Cree Resort and Casino on September 12th and 13th for a couple of special live shows. Join Matt for 2 nights of healing, hope, and laughter. Matt has become a trusted figure for people seeking closure, guidance, and connection with their loved ones. Don't miss Matt Fraser live at River Cree Resort and Casino September 12th and 13th. Both shows are 18+. Get your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
In baseball, the Jays sit first in the AL East, up 5 games over the Red Sox. Toronto facing Minnesota once again tonight, just after 5. Chris Bassett gets the ball for the Jays. And at 4:35, the night kicks off. Boston playing Baltimore. After that, the Rangers and Angels rematch. Then it's the D-backs battling the Brewers. And according to NFL Network, the Chargers are moving Najee Harris to the active roster. He continues to recover from a non-football related injury. Other news sees the Saints announcing their Week 1 starter Spencer Rattler getting the ball for the matchup against Arizona. He saw 7 games last year, being good for over 1,300 yards and 4 touchdowns. And from Green Bay, Canadian Taylor Elgersma has been cut from the Packers' 53-man roster. His CFL rights belonging to the Bombers. In the WNBA, there's 2 games. The Storm and Fever tipping off at 5 with the Mercury and Sparks hitting the court at 8 o'clock. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The Reid Wilkins Show continues.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. A reminder, Estes tickets are on sale. That's happening September 16th at the Metro Cinema at the Garneau. $10 a ticket. Email estes@edmontonsportstalk.com. That's ESTYS at edmontonsportstalk.com. Tom, do you think you're going to win? How many Estes did you win last week or last year?
2, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's 2 more than I won. I have yet to win an Estes. And Tom, I've got news for you. I think I'm going to be shut out again.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what category I could win.
Me neither, to be honest with you. Listen, it was just a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I won rant of the year. That one, I think I won something else. I gave it to my mom. Like, just have this. Here's a trophy. You're the best. I love you.
I mean, I don't think anybody's knocking off the big dogs. Woof, woof.
Oh.
In Dusty and Lieutenant Eric for show of the year. I mean,
yeah, that's a good point.
I'd like to say Reid and I have a shot at that, but they're
maybe you guys do.
They're a
pull it
massive
off.
success.
They're good to quite good, but so are you guys.
They're good to quite good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fair. I hope I can. I hope I can. At least be nominated for something.
Yeah.
Because Rookie of the Year's up for grabs this year. I think Koo will be on Rookie of the Year watch.
Sent you Dennis's new email, by the way. You have him on the phone. It'd be nice to see Dennis. Get DB on. We want to see DB.
We want to see that beautiful face.
I sent you his new email.
I want to see that. I'm sure it's got a nice tan.
He's been sun-kissed by
a nice glow
by Milan. Fresh from his trip, covering the European junket that the NHL puts on. They did it in Milan. Yeah, let's get DB on camera.
Kelvin Van Dazzler says, Tommy, this year you are the controversy of the year. We just need to pick which one.
This is ridiculous.
LOL.
This is ridiculous.
I've not known you to be a controversial man.
But I get blamed for everything.
Well,
the chip gate I got blamed for
usually
wasn't
where there's
me.
smoke, Tom.
Wasn't me. The stuff with the commissioner on the drafts.
We have yet to discuss that, by the way.
We don't need to.
I mean,
I was right all along.
As right as you were, you kind of screwed me over.
I did. I do not apologize. I'm just going to leave that out.
You do not apologize.
I stood my ground because I was being attacked.
You're cutthroat.
Yeah, when it comes to the draft, I'm the draft master, as you saw on my name tag at the Nasty Bash.
I guess I just, it really pushed the glue guy out of there. If you are watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and hammer that thumbs up. We'd like to get to 75. That's a attainable number.
I did throw you a couple of tough ones yesterday. I apologize.
What do you mean? Oh, the words.
Word of the days, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even, I couldn't tell what they were.
I didn't even know what they were.
What did I get? 0.5 out of 4?
Yep. That is what I scored you.
That's a tough look. Oh, yeah. Big Uke says you tried to kill Reid.
No, I didn't. I offered him a peanut butter cookie that I didn't know was a peanut butter cookie, and he has a severe allergy to peanut butter and nuts.
Well, you did offer him. So anyways, with that, we will get on to our guest.
There he is.
This is Dennis Bernstein of the Fourth Period. Dennis, how you doing?
Doing great, boys. Jay, Tom, back from Milan. Still waiting on my luggage, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Are you serious?
Frankfurt. Yeah, I flew from Milan to Vienna to LA, and my bag flew to Frankfurt. So I'm not sure why that was, but that's where we are right now.
Okay, so you're without luggage, you're without your kit, but you got a nice glow, Dennis. How was the weather over there? And just how difficult was this assignment to be going on the NHLPA European Player Media Tour in Milan?
Well, I've said this to people. The scenery is great in Milan, and there's nice buildings too.
Okay.
It was, first of all, my wife thought it was a boondoggle because I went for 5 days, but the interview day was just one day in Milan. So we got there like on Tuesday. We had a full day Wednesday, and then Thursday was the interviews, and then actually Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. But it was a great assignment. Are you kidding me? Who wouldn't want to do it? The one thing, Jay, is it was a grind. Like when we were in it, we did 26 interviews in one day.
Yeah.
15-minute segments from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. But it was great to see the guys in more of a natural environment where they're more relaxed, where they're not traveling. A couple of guys, a couple of the German guys were 2 hours away, right? So it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of information, but it was great to get the European players on the home turf to do the interview.
Well, what was the value of, a content collaboration between the Liga Serie A and the NHL? Like, what was the point there? Or does this have more to do with the Olympics?
Yeah, I think the fact that we did it in Milan, Jay, because the Olympics is there, certainly is. I don't know what the value is, to be honest, other than the guys got to go to a game. We were at the game as well. I tell you, if you've never been to the San Siro, even if you're not a soccer fan, those fans are incredible, right? So I think it was a bucket list thing for the guys. The cross promotion, I'm not sure. The guys got jerseys with their names on it. That's great. You, I, and Tommy could get jerseys with our names on it if we wanted to pay enough. So I think it's a TBD thing, but I think the fact that it's going to come back to Milan and Cortese in February, that's a major reason we did it there this year.
Like you said, you interviewed several European players that were there. One who would stand out in this market for sure, whether you hate him or love him, is Toronto's William Nylander. What was the biggest takeaway from that interview with him? I thought that was one of the most candid interviews I've seen with William Nylander, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because he was more relaxed. He knows Dave from Toronto. And I think it's just the offseason. And, gee, to be honest, he didn't do the interview in Toronto. I think that had a lot to do with it. I'm from LA. Dave's not that hardcore. We respect the player's privacy. We're not looking to attack them. And I think the fact that we didn't really focus in on Mitchell Marner, I'd rather talk about the guys who stayed. I wanted to talk to him, and I asked him about Tavares. Like, that's just as important. A guy in a 38 goal season could have signed for a lot more money somewhere else. Signed for less than $5 million over 3 seasons. What about that? And what about going all these things? So I just think that Will was more relaxed. Plus, you know what? It wasn't after a practice. It wasn't after the game. It was just 2 guys in a room. He's not used to those type of interviews, to be honest with you. He's used to 25 guys. Why did you lose? Why did you choke? Why isn't it good enough? And we know those facts. So we know, well, it is going to be different. How are you going to replace that scoring? So I just think Will was a lot more relaxed. It's before training camp. Mm-hmm. And he was in Milan to have a good time. He went to the game the other night. So I think that's why I did, because I just think the venue where he did the interview, it was more like that. Like if Nylander played in San Jose, you think he would be that averse to media? I don't think so. I think it has a lot to do with the market and the treatment and the fact that they got booed out of the rink. And, I can't blame the fans for Game 7 of booing the team out of the rink. But I just think time and place and opportunity was different for Will. It was a relaxing time for him when we got to sit down with him.
Dennis Bernstein joining us from the 4th period. All-around beauty, EST legend, Kings insider. Great to see you on here, DV. What was the reaction? I don't know if you could have seen a lot of interaction or reaction from Italians in regard to hockey. Do you think they're actually going to be excited about hockey at the Olympics coming up here? I know usually these are done in Prague and Helsinki and Stockholm, but this was kind of different going to Milan. What's your sense of the impact it might have in a non-hockey mad country like Italy?
Well, I think it's done from North America, right? You're playing NHL players, and so why you do that? But certainly for North America, Scandinavia, other parts of Europe, the Italy does not going to have a team in the Olympics, I don't think, right? They're not going to be one of the qualifiers. So, and when we go around, we talk to people, and mostly they're not male people that walk through the last 5 days. Hockey, what's hockey? It's so I don't think it's going to resonate with the fan base in Milan or Cortese. I think it's primarily done to promote the game internationally because of the viewership in North America. Mm-hmm. Now, all the guys that we talk to from Sweden, from the U.S., from Finland, they still talk about the 4 nations, Tom. So I think that's it. But I think with respect to how much the level of interest in Italy itself, I don't think it'll be there. I think once you get to a gold medal game, if it's stirring as what we saw in the 4 nations, Italian fans might have some interest, but it's not a very big sport right now in the country. I just think it's done because the players have wanted this for a long time. The 4 nations really got their appetites whetted, and now they're going to eventually get what they want: the ability to play for the team and to win gold, the Olympic gold for their country.
Was there an update on the arena for hockey? Because I know they were really dragging their feet on that, and they were saying, "Oh, we'll get to it." Did they talk about the arena actually being ready in time for the Olympics for hockey?
Well, I want to do this again next year, so I didn't ask that question. There's no controversy. We did not ask about the arena.
Okay.
We're going to be assumptive that it's going to get done, right? But there were no specific questions. But the players never mentioned, we have concerns that the rinks are built or anything like that. So they're being kept in the dark, or everything's on schedule. But that the site issues that I know that you're right about, that some people had concerns about that. This is the Olympics. I think you just throw enough money at it to get it done. I'm not sure it's going to make any money for the Italians, but I think by the time we get to February, I think that'll be out of the way.
You want me to ask this one?
Yeah, give her.
I have to ask you, DB. You're the Kings guy. There's a lot of old Oilers on this Kings team, and a lot of people worried that maybe the Kings will be able to knock off the Oilers. Finally, you were here this past spring. You've been here for every one of these series. What do you think of the job Kenny Holland's done with this Kings team so far?
Well, I'll say this. Like, if it doesn't work, guys, here's why it won't work. Ken has said this. This is Ken's take coming in. Don't want to mess up this team. It was a 105-point team. It came really close. Ken believes, as a lot of people do, that the Kings could have won that round. So he's improving the team on the margins. I would improve a team that needs to be improved on the margins would be Edmonton, would be Carolina. Kings haven't won a round. So are they that close? So when you made the add that they did, 2 fourth-liners, even though I like the add of Corey Perry. I mean, Dumoulin was the best defenseman in New Jersey in the playoffs in that one round, right? So Cody Ceci, I get it. Armida's going to help the penalty kill. But when you improve the team without adding an impact player, and you haven't won a round since you won a Stanley Cup, is that the strategy? Is that the right strategy? And the other thing I asked Ken, Tom, to be honest with you, and he didn't like this question. You go back to last trade deadline, last year. So Ullmark turned down a deal to come to Los Angeles. They had a deal for Rasmus Anderson. He didn't want to re-sign in Los Angeles. Fred Marchand only wanted to go to one place, even though the Kings did have an offer. He wanted to go to Florida. Gavrikov didn't come back. But Gavrikov was at the Rams preseason game with Drew Doughty hanging out, so he's got friends on the team. Marner didn't wait for free agency, because I know that Drew Doughty would have talked to Mitch and to his dad about coming to L.A. Like, I know Brock Besser, right? Brock would have been great here on the first line. Brock didn't wait to come free agency. So my question to the organization, to Ken specifically, was, is this a destination? I just mentioned 5 impact players that none of them are going to wind up in Los Angeles. Now, if Byfield emerges and becomes a 80-point player, if Brant Clark becomes a top pair defenseman or a 50-point player, we're having a different conversation. I'm not sure. If you think you're that close, and Ken does, those ads will be good. It will improve the place. Because, look, let's go back to the playoff round. You can't play Jacob Mouvari 2 minutes and 22 seconds in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Can't do it. You can't play Jeff Malott 3 minutes. Now, Perry, Armia, Dumoulin, Street, more. So the team that was fatigued by the end of Game 3, because Game 5 you saw what happened, and 6 it was over with, Jim Hill is going to have to utilize those players. And there's players that you try. It's a trust issue. And I get it. There were a lot of guys who played those short minutes, or like Jordan Spence, who was traded. All rookies, not a lot of playoff experience. You can't not say, if you're Jim Hill, I can't use these guys because they don't have experience in the playoffs. So it's going to be different. I would have liked to see them add an impact player. Could they get them over? Yeah. But any of those 4 guys going to stop Connor and Leon when they're on a heater? No. And the fact that they lost Gavrikov, and now your second pair is Joel Edmondson and Clark, or maybe Dumoulin and Clark, is that better? It's not. So there are questions about this team. Like, this team could regress. Could they win a couple of rounds? They could. Very, very interesting strategy by Ken Holland. We'll see if it works.
I'll follow up with one more, Jay, if I may. DB, is Jim Hiller on the hot seat this year? Will he last the season? And we know Ken Holland doesn't like to get rid of coaches mid-season, but do you think he's on the hot seat?
Well, one of the points that was predicated on Kenny coming was everybody who's on the contract gets to stay. So that means not only him, but the assistant coaches, like DJ Smith, who was up for jobs, like Emerson, who's one of the front office guys. Everybody stays. But Tom, If they start 2-7-1, what do you think's going to happen with Peter DeBoer available? Think he's going to last?
No.
Coming off that loss? No. And look, I'll say this. People know the interaction with me and Jim in the playoffs. And every media guy that I talk to goes, Dan, you asked all the right questions.
Yeah.
Right? So that's it. So Jim Hiller had a great 84 games. He had a bad 4 games. He did. He got out-coached. Right? I think a lot of coaches would have played it differently, would have put out those rookies more. So is he on the hot seat? With Pete DeBoer out there, who's 7-0 in a game 7 or 9-0, wherever it is, and couldn't get to it. Now, it didn't end well in Dallas. I'm sure Dave Pagnotta's been on talking about why it didn't end well. But yeah, he's got to be on the hot seat, because if it's a slow start, this is very competitive, not only division, but conference. So yeah, they have to win coming out of the box. And here's the thing. I think 14 of the first 21 are on the road. It's going to be a big challenge for this team. They are a very good team. It's down the middle, Byfield, Kopitar, Deneau. And I don't expect a lot of aggression from Kopi, to be honest with you. Don't think elite team scoring. They have 2 35-goal scorers on this team, right? In Kempe and in Fiala. Now, Kempe's still not signed. That's an issue as well. So, yes, I think that if they don't start well, would Holland look – because you got to win. That King came in to win. Not maybe to get the playoffs, to win rounds. If you start off slow and the team doesn't – if all these tweaks don't work, then yeah, I think the Miller will be on the – I don't think it will be 10 games. I'm being a little bit dramatic there. But I think by the quarter mark, if the team's floundering or 500 or below in this competitive conference, yeah, he could be at risk.
Dennis Bernstein joining us from the 4th period. Look, one more for you here, Dennis. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us here. Look, I'm going to bring it back to this market. And I know you have your pulse on the NHL and Pagnotta and the whole 4th period crew.
Yeah.
You know, are you surprised with the calm demeanor here in Edmonton, knowing that their superstar has not yet been extended? And also, what do you see happening in terms of the term of this deal, which, you know, I think we, as I'm, saying, we're calm about it, but the term is going to be something of interest here. What do you think is going to happen, Dennis?
Well, Jay, it's calm because training camp hasn't started. What do you think is going to happen the first day of training camp? How many questions? 50?
All of them.
Every question?
All of them.
Specs rubbing his hands there, I'm sure. So's the sheriff. They can't wait for that question. I'm shocked. Jay, I'm shocked he's not signed yet.
Yeah.
Like, look, the wife just opened a high-end bar there. He's not leaving, right?
Yeah.
But, no, and I think 4 years, everybody thinks it's 4 years. Nobody thinks he's going to sign 7 or 8 years. But look, do you really think Leon would sign for 8 years there if he didn't get any conversation with Connor about staying? So, look, it'll be great for us in the media if he's not signed. I just can't fathom it. Plus, Jordan Moldaver, who's his agent, is a really, really slick guy, really smart guy. Remember, the same thing happened with Austin, right? And Austin did sign before coming into camp. I think that's it. So maybe Judge letting the management sweat a little bit more. I can't fathom him coming to training camp without a deal. Because it's going to be such a distraction.
Yeah.
Right? They send 5 reporters from Toronto to stay in Edmonton until the day he signed. That's how great it would be. I mean, for me, it would be like because I couldn't have like at the end of the season say, okay, people ask me what the big thing over the summer. Well, when is Connor sign? Because he's going to sign because he can't come to training camp without an extension. Okay, it's August 26th. Maybe he does. So yeah, but I just think that he wants to stay. He doesn't feel the job is done yet. And when people talk about him leaving, I said, look, if he had last year or the year before, then they could build a statue. Everybody will have a clear conscience. He did the job. I'm sure he thinks his job isn't finished there, right? So I think a midterm deal is going to be the deal. But again, you're really asking for it in that market if he doesn't come and sign.
Well, this has been great, Dennis. We appreciate it. Hey, where can people find you? Where can people follow you? Because we're getting all these comments. Everybody loves you here in Edmonton. Although you are with the Kings and cover them, we appreciate your how candid you are and open you are. It's the best. It is. So where can people find you?
Well, look, I always say this. If you can't find me, it's your fault. I'm not inconspicuous, right? Like Dennis TFP's the X handle, the4thperiod.com. We're on SiriusXM from 11 to 1 Eastern on Saturdays. So that would be 9 to 11 Mountain Time.
Yep.
I will say one thing, one observation about Milan. We were out at a bar Shock, right? And it stays open late. And I'll tell you, it's a fashion show at the bar. And I turned to Dave, I go, you know what? The last time we were at a bar in June, 80% of the people in the bar had Edmonton Oilers jerseys. It's a little different in Milan. There's no Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. No girls are wearing Ryan Nugent-Hopkins jerseys. I'll tell you that much.
I believe
But yeah,
it.
you can find us on our social media channels, fourthperiod.com, SiriusXM. But look, I love the passionate fans. It's always great. I feel like it's I'm like an unofficial member of the media up there, and I've enjoyed the 4 years, even though the Kings haven't won. I don't have a rooting interest, and everybody in Edmonton's been so kind to me, made a lot of friends, including Tommy and all the crew there. So it's always a great time to spend in Edmonton because the fans are so passionate.
DB, this has been the best. Thanks for hopping on. Love ya. Say hi to PJ for me, okay?
Will do. Yeah. Hey, can't wait for the season to get rolling, boys. We'll talk to you soon. Always great being on EST.
There was Dennis, the one and only.
The best.
Dennis Bernstein. He is the best. I mean, you look at all the comments coming in. Everybody loves listening to him. I just like listening to him, period. And, you know, he says everything clearly. He's got takes. He's not afraid to say. I mean, you look at what he said to Jim Hiller in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
And that was soundbite gold.
He gave us soundbite gold.
Yes, he did.
Gold when it comes to the Kings.
Well, but you know what? He
did.
deserved that. He deserved to be told that. Because as he said, he had a bad 4-game stretch there where he got badly outcoached, and it ultimately burnt that team. So
really quickly, the crazy part to me was him asking Kenny Holland if LA's a destination. Gavrikov going to a Rams preseason game with Drew Doughty after he just signed elsewhere?
Yeah. Odd.
What's up with that?
What's happening in LA? Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We've got Buying or Selling coming up, presented by Damon Bunting. We're going to talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Sure.
I've got a take. Tom's got a take. We hope you have a take. Keep listening to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola right here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
From Toronto, the Jays rematch the Twins. Jays finding a 10-4 win in last night's series opener as they lead the AL East by 5 games over Boston. Chris Bassett gets a start. First pitch at 5:07, and Boston is underway against Baltimore with 3 total games live. Rays and Guardians rematching while the Braves and Marlins battle. So far, all games are runless in the first inning. And according to the NFL Network, the Chargers are moving Najee Harris to the active roster. He continues to recover from a non-football related injury for the Saints. They've named Spencer Rattler as their Week 1 starter. They face the Cardinals next Sunday. And there's 2 games on tap in the WNBA. Seattle visiting Indiana before the Mercury and Sparks go head-to-head. It's a Fever and Storm tipping off at 5 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or give them a call at 780-467-5014. The boys talk some Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
You deleted that picture.
I thought I was going to get in trouble, so I deleted it.
Okay. A picture of you fishing?
I was in the nude.
He tweeted a picture.
It was just my butt. But it was funny, though, because like the last thing I talked to Glue Guy about before I went on holidays, he's like, go fishing and take a photo nude and send it to me. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do that.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Goodbye. You sure are going to miss them, but their room would make a great yoga studio. Store their childhood treasures safely with Sentinel Storage and find some space for you. Try 4 weeks free. SentinelStorage.ca.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola here on a sunny 29-degree Tuesday, August 26th. It is time to get into buying or selling, presented by Damon Bunting, who has been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 17 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community driven. He understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out on DamonBunting.com or Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Damon Bunting, now with The Agency.
The Agency.
Looking forward to the golf tournament on Thursday.
Look, well, we're going to be on location there too, Maddie and
Yes,
I, doing the show on Thursday. We're going to have Battle of the Bars.
What?
Did you hear? Yeah, we're going to have Battle of the Bars. So it's going to be off-brand dollar store chocolate bars versus the real version. And we're going to do it live from Damon Bunting. Sorry, Coob. Coob's going to be stuck here in the studio.
You want some candy bars, young man?
We'll save some for you. It'll be on Damon Bunting's basketball court in his backyard. But we're going to do the Battle of the Bars. You got the Mars bar versus the Meteor.
Oh,
And
so
there's
like the dollar store versus
the Twix versus the Clicks or whatever it is. And I even said I'd do a Bounty bar, which I hate.
Bounty is the one with coconut?
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but I'll do it for the sake of the Battle of the Bars. I have to have my say.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Tommy, look, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. I don't know if you heard.
I did find out about it today. Yep.
Look, does this affect me? No. Do they look sincerely happy? Absolutely. All the power to them. I find that this has been, I don't know. It just seems to, some people hate it. Some people think it's a facade but I just don't understand. Like, what does Taylor Swift have to gain from this? She's already the biggest superstar in the world.
Yeah.
And it's not even close.
Right.
I've seen Taylor Swift at football games at Arrowhead Stadium that she's in a suite that doesn't look like the nicest suite I've ever seen. I'll tell you that. She's there cheering on her boyfriend. She looks genuinely interested in what he's doing and his success and his team's success. They look genuine. They do all the fun things together. Travis Kelce's gone to her shows and concerts, and they look like a couple in love. I mean, what can you say if you have, this is contrived or this is, a bad look for the NFL or really? I mean, I just don't get the feeling that this is, a move.
They're not
to bump
using
your
each
social
other,
media handle,
right? They're not. It's not a relationship of convenience.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
status.
It's not like they've been together for 4 months. They've been together for what,
2 years?
2 years ish in that territory.
Do you think that what annoys people mostly is how much Chiefs games, which are usually prime time, features shots of her in the crowd?
Maybe.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
If you're the NFL, you'd be silly not to do that.
The NFL's not saying no to any of it.
No,
like,
this is free advertising of the biggest superstar in the world.
Yep.
Who, by the way, the majority of her legions of fans are of the female variety and of a younger age. I mean, hello, if you're getting their interest peaked in the NFL, that's a good thing for the NFL. Taylor Swift does not need this. I don't think the NFL needs it, to be honest with you.
Wow, they're still going cha-ching.
It doesn't hurt to have, like I said, the biggest pop star in the world, at your games.
I have nothing against their relationship, their future nuptials. Does it annoy me when they cut to her on the broadcast? Not really.
No, I think
I really don't.
I don't
care.
really. It doesn't move the needle for me.
No, it's.
And I'm not like, I have 3 daughters. Right. Everybody knows that. They're not Swiftie fans. Like, it's not like they're anti, but it's, they're not searching to go to the movie theater to watch it. And if you are, good for you.
That's awesome.
That's great. That's something you're doing as a family or with your girls. Great, sons, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it seems like there can be a lot of people that can be uptight about it. And I'm not sure why.
They're angry just for the sake of being angry. I get a kick out of seeing the bluster from her being featured on broadcasts.
Right.
And the fallout and the follow-up the next day on all the football. I like Good Morning Football. I like ESPN's morning show as well. Like, I love seeing the reaction, and then like people talk about it online, and it's like, how silly this is. We've seen star athletes date actresses, models, pop stars. This is not new. I think it's a culminant, like the Chiefs being at the tippy top of the mountain, being so good, winning championships, and people getting annoyed by that, and then the fact that their tight end is like outspoken. He's very likable. Like, I find him and his brother to be really fun guys to like see and listen to. I'm genuinely curious what they have to say. They seem like just normal dudes from, where are they from? Cincinnati. Like, yeah. I think they're good people. They're from Ohio, right?
Yeah, I think they went to college at University in Cincinnati, the Bearcats.
Yeah.
And
that's how they know Zach Collaros, right? Like they're wearing Zach Collaros' Bombers jersey.
Yeah,
on their
that's crazy.
I like the Kelces, and I'm genuinely skeptical and kind of like look with a furrowed brow at athletes who, are growing their brand a certain way, because sometimes it's unnatural, but for them, they seem very,
pretty darn
very
natural.
likable. Yeah. So I have nothing against this, which leads into today's buying or selling, brought to you by David Bunting.
Well, let's hear it.
Boys and everybody listening and watching, buying or selling, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship is built to last.
Ooh.
And I'll throw this little nugget in there. Apparently, this was a few years ago, professional athlete marriages had a 75% divorce rate, like within the first couple of years of the career ending on the playing field.
Then it ends?
The marriage ends after, after the athlete's career ends, within like 2 or 3 years, their marriage is over too.
Well, unfortunately, public figures in marriage, it's tough. The external pressures from your career, just from being a celebrity, are something that we don't have to deal with. So it's hard to even try to put your head in that picture. I don't know, Tom. I mean, Posh and David Beckham are still together.
That's I thoroughly enjoyed that documentary.
I mean, those are mega stars.
Yeah.
They've seemed to find a way and navigate.
They seem to genuinely love each other.
And I think if post-career, if both of them decided to step away from their respective careers and start a family, I think that would be a Kickstarter to say, yeah, I'm buying.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's hard to raise a family and still be traveling the world on tour and all that. I mean, all to each their own. I sincerely hope it does, because I find it, in this world, there's just, there's too much turnover, it seems,
turn and burn.
Yeah. And marriage, is it as meaningful as it once was, or is it treated as it once was? I'd
probably say no.
Well, yeah, I mean,
a lot out there.
You just want people to be happy and live a normal life, somewhat normal. I mean, they're never going to live a normal life.
No,
but I respect the word marriage, and I think that means something. So yeah, I sincerely hope that it does, and others have done it. Other mega couples have done it. But unfortunately, the spotlight's put on you heavier than anybody else in the world. So, TBD, bro.
I respect that, TBD, Broski. I'll buy it. It seems like it's sincere and genuine, and I think they, like you said, Jay, do very much care for each other. I think it might survive the test of time.
Oh, that'd be great. Coop, what are your thoughts?
I also agree. I know it's boring for radio, but they look like a genuine happy couple. Broken record here, but maybe people are just annoyed by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce because they're jealous of the love they might have as well, right?
Perhaps.
I mean, they are always on the TV and stuff like that, but they are the biggest headline anytime they're brought up, but I feel like they could hold it. They're both adults, are at the point in their life where they want to be settling down as well. You know, Travis Kelce is only a few years away, perhaps, from retiring.
Yeah. Well, what is he?
35 years old.
She's 35 as well.
They're right around the same age, within 2 years or so.
Yeah.
She's a music mogul. She can take time off when she needs to. Really,
she can do whatever the hell she
can do
wants.
whatever they want.
Yeah.
So once he retires, maybe they choose to settle down, and I could see it happening. I could see perhaps a beautiful family of some sort from this. I know Huss earlier on the Lock Shop mentioned something about babies.
Well, he's got some money on the line here.
Oh, really?
he saw. Well, the clip that's running on our promo in the commercial breaks is talking about having a bun in the oven by March.
Well, March. Let me just think here. March wouldn't work out. I think you'd have to delay it if you plan on being in the Super Bowl. Because you don't want to have your wife give birth while you're in season or in playoffs if you can help it.
Perhaps you want to get married first. How long are they going to be engaged?
Well, yeah, they're not even married yet.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. They got a little bit of time. Dave says, Travis and Taylor make me believe in love again. He says, Carrie Underwood and Mike Fisher are still together, I think. That's a good point.
Good point.
So, yeah, we here at EST wish all the best to Travis and Taylor on their pending nuptials.
Yes, cards in the mail.
Yes. Wheels Farhat is getting demolished in the chat right now.
Wheels is? Oh, no, a teeth.
It's not good. Wheels is sick of seeing Taylor on the broadcasts, and then he's now... I feel... Well, Wheels, there's one way to solve this, is you got to buy a membership. You got to become a Nasty Club member. And then a lot of this pain and suffering you experience from the other Nasties goes away.
May I?
Yes.
This comes in from Wheels. Hot take via the Nasty Chat. When you're watching an NFL game, don't you want to see the game and not Swift every 2 minutes? I also see the NFL point of view. That's how they get fans. I don't care. Like, we see stupid stuff in between plays all the time. If they cut to Taylor Swift for 10 seconds, I don't care. I don't need to see the huddle. I don't need to see a sideline shot of somebody getting yelled. Well, I like when they get yelled at on the sidelines. But like when they just cut to a random player and they talk about it for 10 seconds, if they show me Taylor Swift instead, I'm unaffected. Okay, cool. Oh, Taylor Swift's there. That's neat. Who else is in the box? Oh, they brought some so-and-so and so-and-so. Cool. If they go back to them a few times, fine. Now, if a player is reading a book on the sidelines mid-game, okay, what the hell's going on here? If there's an injury, if there's something that will add to the story of the game, and we're missing it for Taylor Swift shots, then I'll be like, come on, what's going on with, is the kicker, or is something happened to the long snapper?
Well,
that
she is cheering on her boyfriend. Or now what's going to be her husband. So there is that too. I'm interested to see what Jed Roberts has to say about the whole Taylor Swift,
So
Travis
am I.
Kelce engagement,
Yeah.
as he will be joining us up next after the break. You are listening to The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola. A reminder, if you haven't yet, if you're watching on YouTube, hammer that thumbs up. We got to get to 75 so we can get to the words of the day. But first, a break. We'll be right back.
Two guys and a goalie.
He tried to trade for Danny Heatley.
Was that Tambo?
one. Yep. He hired Pat Quinn.
Well, maybe Steve Tambolini was here longer than I thought.
Drafted Magnus Piarvi. 10th overall.
I still like the
Wasn't a
pick.
Great one. Traded Kyle Brodziak for nothing. That was a bad one. Signed Habby Bulin for who knows why.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The Canadian Brewhouse is turning up the flavor this summer with our new summer feature menu. Try our jerk chicken skewers, Cajun shrimp tostadas, and street corn salsa. Bold bites made for patio season. Get them while it's hot. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
You know Dawn. Everyone knows Dawn. Dawn from
Frontier Cartage. That's right, it's me, Dawn from Frontier Cartage, where we're setting the standard for cartage service in Edmonton and beyond, offering city cartage, Alberta Highway, short haul deck, and more. My team and I are bringing our years of industry experience and expertise to every mile.
Join Dawn and her boys in a new chapter in transportation excellence, dedicated to exceptional service. Call Dawn at Frontier Cartage, 587-222-5826.
At Mind 360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind 360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind 360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
In mere minutes, Toronto hosts Minnesota with the Jays putting up 10 runs to take a 10-4 win at home last night in their series opener. Chris Bassett gets the ball for Toronto. And right now, 3 games are live. Red Sox lead the Orioles 1-0 top of the third. Meanwhile, it's in the second between the Rays. They're down 3-zip early to the Guardians. And we also see the Braves and Marlins locked at 1 apiece in the bottom of the first. And according to NFL Network, the Chargers are moving Najee Harris to the active roster. He continues to recover from a non-football related injury. We also saw Canadian Taylor Elgersma being dropped from the Packers. The Bombers hold his CFL rights. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola. We are coming to you live from the Banquet Bar studio, where you can make your birthday epic at the Banquet Bar. Bowling, drinks, and a vibe you won't forget. Book your party now at thebanquetbar.com. Lots of discussion on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce getting engaged. But the Elks.
Yes, sir.
The Elks are in the midst of a 3-game heater.
They're charging.
The Elks are charging. Good
like
one,
that?
Tom. Wow.
Thank you.
That was diabolical. Well done. And as always, a weekly guest here on the Reid Wilkins Show. We are pleased to be joined by the one and only EE legend, Jed Roberts. Jed, how you doing today, buddy? I think you might be muted.
coming in. We got him. No, we're going to get him back there. He's working on Jed.
Okay, we'll work on Jed.
Okay.
But while we are waiting for Jed, I mean, look, Jed played in the CFL for a number of years, and he's seen a lot in Labor Day Classics down in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to pick his brain a little bit about that. Tom, if you look at where this team's at right now,
yes,
they have won 3 games, but especially as our colleague Matthew Wannick has alluded to several times, who have they really beat?
Montreal. That's like the only team above 500, and they had McLeod Bethel Thompson for half of the game, and then who they go to? Dane Evans.
Yeah, so
Caleb Evans.
That's right. So it's fair to say that the jury's out.
They won those games. They're feeling good about themselves, as they should. They hung in. What I am encouraged by is they hung in with Saskatchewan in Sask. They hung in with Winnipeg in Winnipeg. Had a bad fourth quarter in Winnipeg.
Then Hamilton
came back against Sask. Good game against Hamilton. Should have beaten Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Julian Grant with the drop. Totally redeemed himself the next game in Montreal. I'll have to give him credit. I don't know, Jay. I like the Stamps with VA. Excellent. Without VA, they beat Sask twice. Like, there's a lot of reasons to like Calgary in this Labor Day Classic, but I feel like there might be some magic in the air.
I think that this is, obviously just the next game is the biggest game, but I think this is the biggest test for this Elks team.
100% it is.
If they can somehow get a win, it's going to be hard. Look, I'm not completely naive to think that, they can go in there and run the game and control the game. I mean, if they did, that would be great. But Calgary looks to be, especially with VA at quarterback, they seem to be a wagon.
I know.
And they look to be having fun on the sidelines. They look to be having fun on the field. And that's a sign of a team. Like, when Kansas City is just winging it and smiles are on the faces when they go to the sideline.
Are you comparing them to Kansas
I'm just
City?
saying the emotional side of that, where it's kind of a carefree, but it's not. They make it look easy. They make it look like they can have fun while they're, beating the brakes off of Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
That's troubling for opposing teams, because that's a hard thing to overcome. But I also, you have to give credit to this Elks team. I mean, they've gotten W's. That's what they needed to do. They needed to come through this stretch of the regular season and come out with some wins. And they did it.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that a Cody Fajardo-led team is totally different in terms of leading this team than obviously Trey Ford was. And you'd be hard to dispute that now.
You can't dispute it.
And as you know, I said that, I threw around the Michael Riley term yesterday in terms of what Cody Fajardo reminds me of. But we'll see what Jed Roberts has to think, who's going to join us by phone. Jed, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me. Sorry about the technical issues.
Well, that's too bad. I love seeing your beautiful face and your smile.
You were
it's always fun.
laughing.
Yeah, you were having a good time already. I could tell.
Yeah, it's always good to come on here. It's always good to talk to you guys, especially this week with it being Labor Day.
Well, yeah, and let's hop right into it. First off, Jed, thanks for taking time to join us here today. What have you thought of this Elks team over the last 3 weeks? Are you impressed, or do you need to see them beat a quote-unquote better club?
Well, I mean, I never apologize for winning. Like if you beat whoever's playing, and you don't have to apologize for that. I think it's good that they're starting to get some momentum. I said, I think a while ago, maybe 3 games ago, that they were going to start getting the bounces, and that if they get the sacks and the turnovers, that things would kind of start to happen for them. And that's exactly what happened. And I was listening to you guys talk about, well, who would they really beat? And you said, well, Montreal, but Montreal was depleted, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you could make the case that, they've been the recipient of a rather soft part of the schedule. But, I mean, every year's like that, right? You win the games that you play, and, you don't have to apologize to anybody. I do think that this next set of games here is a big litmus test for this club. And, they're kind of going into it shorthanded without Dunbar at receiver, so that's not good. But it's next man up, and that's what the mentality has to be, is particularly around this time of the year when they start to airlift guys in from the NFL. And, this team, if they can, put it together these next couple of games, it'll be pretty interesting coming down the stretch.
I have a couple questions for you, Jed. First one is there's like a little bit of a recent narrative around the CFL about the saying that the season doesn't really start until Labor Day, and there's been some pushback against that. What do you feel is right? Like, do you believe in the season starts at Labor Day, or do you think that that's a bit of hogwash and kind of like a fantasy thing that we talk about in the CFL? That's kind of just one of those sayings, or CFL.
Well, I think I see it from both sides of it. I absolutely believe in the idea that you have to win the early games, because that's what helps you, as far as you're setting the table for who's in the playoffs and whatnot. And certainly the Elks didn't do themselves any favors by starting the way they did. But they are coming into this second half of the season with some momentum. And I do believe that the season really kind of starts at this time of the year, because the weather starts to get a little bit colder. The nights are coming here. The sun goes down earlier, and you're going to start feeling that chill in the air, and then the game's going to change, right? You can't call the same game in November that you call in June, because your weather just doesn't allow for that, right? So, and there's only like one indoor stadium, so you're really at the mercy of the elements out here, especially on the prairie. So. This is usually the last warm weather game of the year. I can't remember how many games I got wicked sunburns in Labor Day in Calgary, and evil summer tans. That's the Farmer Brown's tan, and the yellow jackets are flying and stinging you before the snap of the ball. It's not fun. Well,
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to follow up with take us into. Being an Eskimo going into McMahon and this game and what that's like. We've seen some epics, obviously, but what's it like from a player's point of view going into these battles?
Well, I would always liken it to being a sacrifice at the Mayan rituals there, when you were going down that tunnel and you just knew you were just going to get it, right? Mm-hmm. And so you just said your prayers and you just hope for the best. Like we're talking about. That's a mighty franchise down there in Calgary. They had Jeff Garcia, they had Dave Dickinson, they had Doug Flutie, they just Henry Burris, and they just kept coming in waves, right? And that organization is incredible in terms of like how they are able to just beat the bushes and find the quality talent. And they're on another run this year, right? Like Vernon Adams is revitalized his career, and he's on pace to have like 5,000 or 6,000 yards or something like that. And they're playing good football down there, and I think they're legit the best team in the league. They just took Saskatchewan out behind the woodshed there the other day, and they're playing a very physical brand of football. And if you want to hang with Calgary, you got to play very smart, disciplined, mistake-free football, and that's if you play that, then you've got a shot. But even then, you might not. So
what do you think, Jed? What do you think about this being, first year head coach Mark Killam, who spent his entire coaching career in Calgary, going down to Calgary for his first Labor Day match? I spoke about, I forget what show it was on this week, but I know it's going to get downplayed all week. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. The players are going to say, oh, we're just, it's the same old game. Tell me, as somebody that played at that level, at the professional rank, do those players care about this for Killam a lot, maybe a bit more than they would for any other game, or is it just status quo?
Oh, they care. And if they're telling you it's not a big game, they're lying to you. It's absolutely a big game. You go in there and it's emotional, like the fans are into it. And let's face it, right? Like they're not exactly filling up Commonwealth Stadium. So this is going to be one of the most exciting games that they've had all year, because it's a rivalry, and rivalries, funny things happen, and even when we weren't doing that well during my tenure with the team, and I never missed the playoffs, I'd like to point that out again. But there were a couple of years where we came close, and I remember, I think it was 2000 or 99, we went down there and we won. I think we had a fumble recovery, and it was like 31-30. We tied it up, or we won in the last. And it's just crazy, right? Like, it doesn't matter what your record is going into that game. It's just it's just an electric atmosphere. The fans are just yelling at you. I remember one year, I think it was my first or second year there, Jeff Braswell got onto the horse there.
No.
And tried to ride it, yeah. Linebacker Jeff Braswell. Yeah, he tried to get on the horse. The horse didn't appreciate that very much, and neither did the rider.
No kidding.
Oh, my word.
I wanted to ask Jed, like you just dropped a few great memories, but like what else? Like, were there any other moments you're like, oh my God, that was like the most intense, or anything else that sticks out in your mind from your battles?
One time I came through on a I was playing nose guard, and I was going up against Jamie Crysdale and Bruce Covington, and I got through, and Doug had this thing where Doug Flutie would throw the ball, and then just as soon as the ball had no sooner left his hand, he would turn around and go the other way, right? And he just had this way of controlling his body. He was an elite athlete and unbelievable. But I got through, and he threw the ball, and my hand, I didn't mean to, but I ended up hitting him on the helmet, like right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the guys, I don't know whether it was Bruce or whether it was Jamie, but they hit me and then stood over the top of me. And I'm looking up, and the first thing I see is the player's crotch. And I just gave him a backhand and dropped him like a sack of potatoes. And he went, you could hear him go, oh, and the referee didn't see it. So I didn't get flagged for it. And then I got up and I started laughing, and then I walked off the field. And then we lost. But then after the game, I was walking off, and Jamie comes walking over to me, and he goes, because it was Jamie that I hit. And Jamie goes, listen, by the way, it wasn't me that did it. It was Bruce. He was the one who hit you in the back. And I said, okay, well, you tell Bruce I'll get him on Friday.
he owes, you got owed one there on Friday. That's awesome. Jed, thank you for joining us. This was fantastic. We always appreciate your insight and obviously storytelling, especially as we lead up to Labor Day. Hey, look, before I let you go, what does Jed Roberts think is going to happen next Monday down in Calgary at McMahon Stadium?
You know what? Those games are, if you can get through that first quarter, because it's electric and it's crazy, and the crowd, if you can take the crowd out of it right away, I think this year of all years, they've got a good shot at it because of the way they play offense, where it's just get the ball out of Cody's hands and into the receivers. High percentage passes, that type of thing. If they can get a rhythm going early and take the crowd out of it, I think they've got a decent shot. It's a rivalry game. Having said that, I'm going to say that this team would be able to call it a success if they can take one of the two. And I don't necessarily see that happening on Monday. I think that they'll probably come back here and make it a series on the following Saturday. It used to be Friday, but now it's Saturday. So I think it'll be probably within a couple of scores there on Monday for Calgary. Calgary is a tough place to go in on Labor Day. That's their game, and they don't make any secret of it. I mean, it's going to be a tough one. So if they had Dunbar, I'd give them a better shot, but they don't have their WR1 right now, and that's going to be tough for them going up against that team.
Okay, well, you heard it from Jed Roberts himself. Okay, thanks, Jed. We really appreciate it. We'll catch up with you next week. Have a great week.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Bye.
That was Jed Roberts, EE alum, joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. And look, he's kind of calling it like it is. And as Calvin Van Dasselaar says in the Nasty Chat, a split is a win for the EE. And I would agree with that. But it's going to be hard to come by on Monday down in Calgary.
I've experienced the Labor Day Classic, I think it was 7 times, and I took the bus. We're going to have buses going down, sold out. Well done, everybody. All the nasties that are hopping on the EST Labor Day bus. If you haven't experienced it, you're going to get chirped. You're going to get made fun of. They're going to say stuff about Edmonton. They're going to make fun of the team. Be ready. Jed's right. That is their game. They own it, and they don't want to share it. Now, the best reward would be for the green and gold to go in there and win. I don't know what it's going to take. Jed made a good point about like having a good first quarter, because on like 5 of those 7 Labor Day buses I did to go watch the game, they were getting smoked in the first quarter. Like every time, first possession, Calgary had it, touchdown, interception, touchdown. Like it was just a slaughter. And so that's a good point by Jed, because it is ruckus. It is rowdy. They do hate Edmonton. Edmonton hates them, but you're on their turf. Literally.
How pumped are you to be working the sidelines for that game?
Scared.
Are
I'm
you
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't know what to expect. Like,
It's a huge
I think
game.
people down there know I'm from here, and I've heard it.
Okay.
So I think I'm probably going to get chirped too, but I am a neutral party on Monday.
Of course, you got the TSN badge on.
That's
so
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to take a break, but we'll be back with the oil understood for GCL Diesel, where we will tackle another one of the top 5 stories in Edmonton Oilers history. That is, this team was almost gone.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about May 5th, 1998, and what the Edmonton Investors Group did for this team. Coming up next on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola. But first, the Coob.
Bottom of the first, the Jays and Twins are runless in Game 2 of their 3-game series. George Springer on bat for the Jays. Bailey Ober pitching for Minnesota. And Boston is also in action tonight. They sit 5 games back of the Jays for first in the AL East entering the game. Right now, they lead the Orioles 2-0 in the 4th. In other news, Cardinals first baseman Wilson Contreras has been suspended 6 games with a fine for throwing a bat at his hitting coach, Brant Brown. He plans to appeal the suspension. Elsewhere, the Saints named Spencer Rattler as their Week 1 starter. They'll take on the Cardinals next Sunday. And from Green Bay, Canadian Taylor Elgersma has been cut from the Packers roster. His CFL rights belong to the Bombers. On the court right now, the Fever lead 26-20 over the Storm. After that, we see Phoenix visit LA for 8 o'clock tip-off. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can shop online at ParamountFlooring.ca. More Oilers discussion follows the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
But which one of these 2 players do you think lives up to those expectations the most?
Savoy, because he's got pro experience. He had really good numbers in the AHL. He had a cup of coffee in the NHL. Played with Draisaitl.
I thought he looked pretty good last year when he was up here.
It was just a numbers game because they had so many veterans here. They're like, we're not going to rush this kid. I'm not saying Ike Howard won't be good. I think it's going to be an adjustment.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The leaves are turning, and just like golf season, time is running out to get in on Play Alberta's biggest offer ever. For a limited time only, new players can get up to a $1,000 casino bonus when they sign up. There's never been a better time to join the fun. Visit playalberta.ca today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. Remember, if you gamble, please use your game sense.
Avocado and feta dip, passion fruit cheesecake, and cocktails that taste like summer in a glass. Try the new feature menu at The Banquet. Refreshing, craveable, and made for sunny days. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
World-renowned top psychic medium and the star of Meet the Frasers, Matt Fraser comes to River Cree Resort and Casino on September 12th and 13th for a couple of special live shows. Join Matt for 2 nights of healing, hope, and laughter. Matt has become a trusted figure for people seeking closure, guidance, and connection with their loved ones. Don't miss Matt Fraser live at River Cree Resort and Casino September 12th and 13th. Both shows are 18 plus. Get your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
Okay, 2 kids, 2 backpacks, lunch bags. Wait, where are the school books? Back to school doesn't have to mean the everyday rush and stress of looking for your kids' items. Have more zen in your mornings. Find space for your family's needs with Sentinel Storage. Go back to school with 4 weeks free. Reserve your space today and find the peace of mind your morning needs. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola. We got Coob at the technical desk. And a reminder that Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta is your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery all in one place. With easy access to real money games, you can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. I love talking to Jed.
I have not really spoken with Jed very much in my life, and I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah, he's just such a wealth of knowledge. He calls it like he sees it. And this is a guy, I mean, that played 13 years in the CFL. So he's been through a lot. He's been through the highs. He's been through the lows.
Great stories.
Great storyteller. Took someone down there last time, or one of those times in Calgary.
Yep.
Those are things that happen on the field.
Quick shot in the pills. Cameras might have caught it, but the refs didn't. Whoopsies.
Oh, man. It is time to get to the oil understood. Brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta area for over 50 years. And now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood.
Yes. Very good.
All right, Tom. We talked about this yesterday. We had introduced the top 5 news stories in Oilers history.
Totally subjective, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
As it should be, because everybody has their own, their memories. Earlier in the show, we talked about the Gretzky trade sale.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're going to talk about the Edmonton Investors Group.
Yes.
And what they did for this city, for this team.
Yep.
Things were not looking all that good.
Well, the team was almost gone.
And
literally almost gone.
And look, this was Quebec moved in 1995. The Jets moved out in 1996.
Yep. This
was a trend. This looked to be a domino effect that was happening in 1998 when the Edmonton Oilers were, Peter Pocklington needed to sell the team.
Well, they took the team away from him. Didn't ATB put it in
ATB? I didn't know, Tom, that Alberta Treasury Branch had as much to do with what ultimately played out as they did.
Yeah.
Because the team was in receivership.
Right.
Of Alberta Treasury Branch. And the team had a major offer put in from Leslie Alexander, a Houston businessman and an owner of the Houston Rockets. Came in and wanted to put a $5 million deposit down. Now, the Edmonton City Council rejected these terms. And ultimately, that $5 million deposit was put through. At that point, Cal Nichols, I believe, was starting to assemble a group of local investors, which would then be known as the Edmonton Investors Group. And ATB gave them until March 13th, 1998 to match the deposit and commit to purchasing the team. Now, here's the interesting thing. When Leslie Alexander of Houston came in to purchase the team, the price was $85 million US.
Right.
Which was 120 million Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
ATB, who had receivership, they had the team essentially, offered it to Cal Nichols and whatever group he could put together for $70 million, which was $100 million. That's a $20 million difference in Canadian funds. So Nichols was able to put together 38 other investors, and they on March 13th, 1998. They matched the deposit and purchased the team for $100 million.
Yep.
That is bonkers. That it came to this. It came to that.
It was very, very close. I remember, Jay, I can't remember if it was the Sun or the Journal or even both. They had these like SOS cards that they put in the paper and it had the Oilers logo in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it said like "Stay Oilers, stay."
Right.
And,
well,
they got the job done. They saved the franchise.
When they had the Friends of Oilers ticket drive, which expanded the season ticket base. Look at this. It was a dismal 6,200 season seats sold.
Yep.
with that Friends of the Oilers ticket drive, they raised that to $13,400.
And that kicked in an incentive from the NHL, I believe.
It was enough to give them secure their future, at least short term.
Right.
But I just didn't, and you look at what happened in Quebec and Winnipeg, and you look at what the dollar was like at that time. I mean, this was, and there weren't, the league had not put in ramifications that would somewhat balance that.
Right.
I mean, that was tough. That was very close to this team going to Houston.
And I remember there was talk of like Calgary being on the chopping block. I think Toronto and Montreal were the two that everyone's like, they'll be fine. But even Vancouver was a bit dicey. If Edmonton went, Ottawa would probably somehow follow suit, because Ottawa had just gotten their new arena, which is now going to be replaced, needs to be replaced. They built the rink on probably a cheap piece of land far from the city and the downtown, as one like turn off to get into the stadium, one turn off to get out of the stadium. But they had that going for them at the time. But their owner at the time, I think it was Rod Bryden or something like that. He was having financial struggles. I have to look it up to get his name right. But it was a dire time for NHL franchises based out of Canada.
Yeah.
And the Oilers were a whisker away from moving to Houston. And I remember like being gutted.
There was like the deposit was there. The deposit was in place. So I don't know who's more to thank, ATB for holding off.
I think ATB, it's in their best interest. A, they want to get as much money back as they can that Pocklington owed. And then B, being Alberta Treasury branch, you want to keep a huge entity like an NHL franchise that has prestige in the capital city. So it was, I mean, obviously they're going to give a discount to the local group rather than the outsider.
Well, and wasn't ATB owned by the Alberta government at that point?
Oh, I don't even know.
So that's another story. But I didn't know that it was this close, I guess. Obviously, everyone remembers the discussions, the scare about it, and the ticket drive and the Edmonton Investors Group that came together.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that this was literally 40 days away from happening if they didn't come up with those funds and purchase the team. I also didn't know how much back and forth there was in the Cates purchase and offer to sell.
There was so many offers and rejections.
I mean, this started in 2006 and the deal didn't get done until June 2008. And the major linchpin that got it over the top was once again the Edmonton Investors Group standing their ground. Or, I don't want to say it was bad against good, or, but they wanted more out of this deal, and it was $188 million plus another $100 million towards the building of a new arena in downtown Edmonton, as well as the state-of-the-art training facility at the U of A. That's what it like.
Did they get the U of A? They have the Saville Center. Was that it?
No, that was put on by Bruce Saville, who was a part of the Edmonton Investors Group.
It was Harold Rosen was that. Jim Hole was in there. Todd McFarlane. I think there's some investors from Lloyd. I think there's some from Fort Mac.
Ron Hodgson.
Ron Hodgson.
Obviously Cal Nichols. Yeah, I mean the group that came together that did this. And if you go online, you can see their percentages that they held. And it was a lot of small partners and a couple larger partners. Let's just put it that way. I didn't, that's why I think this is a good exercise to go back and look at, history of what could have been very easily, as obviously that happened in Winnipeg as well as Quebec. Wheels says, without the inverter group, the team would have been gone. That is true.
Yes.
That is a sad truth. We have another limerick that came in from VR Montenegro, who is going by the handle today of VR Montenegro. It's way too dang hot, I can't straight think. Enough of this, son, pour me a drink. Did you hear the news? Nasty's soon on cruise. That's Dusty, LTE, and the Dink. Did you hear about this?
I caught some of it, and then I just can only imagine what Trev said to.
Well,
whatever this is.
He wasn't a big fan of it. YouTube Trev. Because they were coming up with DJ, FM DJ names.
Oh yeah,
right.
Hey, how's it going? All right, 20 seconds and then I'm out for a break.
I mean, Tommy G would be a good radio nickname.
Yeah, I guess so.
Tommy G. Coob, if you could have one FM nickname, what would it be?
Coob.
I think we've handled him here.
Ice Coob.
I think
Ice
I'm
Coob.
set. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be the glue guy.
Yeah.
Be pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Lieutenant Eric is already.
Lieutenant Eric, I mean, that was.
Fits.
Dusty needs a name. Dusty needs a name.
Does he, though? I mean, he can go. Just Dusty works, right?
Dustin
nicknames.
Dustin
the big
Danger.
guy?
Dustin Danger.
Ooh.
Dusty the Dangler.
Double D.
Double D.
Double D Dusty.
It's Double D coming to you from 95.7 Cruise FM.
What's up, everybody? It's cold outside. I'll keep it hot on the tracks tonight.
If you have some, let's say this. We'll finish off the show. We've got one more segment to go. We're going to have, we are at 68 thumbs up. So if you want double word of the day, if you haven't yet, hammer those thumbs up. Let's get over the threshold of 75 thumbs. So Tommy can give me a much easier version of words of the day. At least I'm hoping. We will be right back for the final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest host Tom Gazzola right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
In their rematch, Toronto is up 2-0 over Minnesota. Bottom of the second, George Springer and Nathan Lukes each with the run. Right now, Bailey Auber is on the bump for the Twins. George Springer at bat, 2 outs for the Jays. And 5 other games are live. Nationals and Yankees runless in the second with the Orioles down 2-0 to the Red Sox, top of the 5th. In other news, Cardinals first baseman Wilson Contreras has been suspended 6 games by the league with a fine for throwing a bat at his hitting coach, Brant Brown. He plans to appeal the suspension. In the CFL, Spencer Rattler, NFL. Spencer Rattler's the Week 1 starter for New Orleans as they take on the Cardinals next Sunday. And we also see Canadian Taylor Elgersma being dropped by the Packers. The Bombers hold his CFL rights. Well, down in Seattle, there's action on the court in the WNBA. Fever up 42-29 over the Storm before the Sparks and Mercury tip off at 8 o'clock. The Reid Wilkins Show wraps up once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Blackhawks forward Frank Nazar has agreed to terms on a 7-year extension for $6.6 million AAV. He's played 56 games, played 53 games last year. He had 26 points. I understand the cap's going up. I understand they're taking a bet, but what do you make of this?
When you told me about this in the kitchen earlier, my first response was, who?
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Tom Gazzola, right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports. A reminder that we are coming to you live from the Banquet Bar studio, where you can strike up some fun at the Banquet Bar, bowling, drinks, and a great time with friends. Get real, play hard at the Banquet. Nasties, you have come through in a big way. Let me just double check here. We are one thumb away from the ability for Tom to ask me 2 words of the day. And we might have some interesting news coming up about the word of the day. TBD. Brah. Can't say anything right now. My lips are sealed. But yeah, good things are happening. Once again, for those of you wondering where the heck Reid Wilkins is, he was off last week. He is off this week. He will be back in the big chair holding court on Tuesday, September 2nd. So you will have Reid back with Jay, and I'm looking forward to that as well. We did some golf yesterday.
Yeah,
it was fun. Reid and I had a great visit. But I got to say, Tom, it is always nice working with you.
It's nice working with you.
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's really easygoing. I like this idea that we came up with about Oilers stories. And we're gonna dial in a couple as well tomorrow to continue the conversation. Obviously, the McLottery is out there still.
Yep.
Their first cup is out there. What was the 6th one? There was something else.
Gretzky trade, EIG. Oh, Rogers Place.
Rogers Place. So maybe we could do the McLottery in Rogers Place tomorrow.
Sure.
And we can reminisce about that. And obviously, for those listening and those, watching us on YouTube, watching us, listening on iHeart and the TuneIn, iHeart Radio and the TuneIn apps, you can chime in. You can let us know in the Nasty Chat what you think, what your memories are of that. You can hit us up on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999. We're going to have fun. And we are... Okay.
What?
Oh, I'm just looking here. We did get over the threshold. Tommy, what was the most, I guess, we'll go back to the Gretzky trade sale. Was that the most, the biggest takeaway from you is seeing the transition from a Gretzky that we showed right after the trade in LA. And this was like a Hockey Night in Canada intermission special.
That was the first game he played back in Edmonton.
Yeah.
What did he get, like an 8-minute standing O?
Right.
When he went out for a warm-up or pregame skate?
Does it sadden you, though, to see that version of Gretzky and know that maybe he didn't turn into an evil person, but it changed his viewpoint of sports and business and how interwoven that is. But when you saw him at that younger age, was it refreshing to see that version of Wayne Gretzky?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It makes what I've experienced make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've been told from him and others who were around at that time, because I had all kinds of questions. But to see where he came from, what he was like back then, him kind of opening up about it when he came back to Edmonton for the first time as a member of the Kings, it was like, oh, okay, now I understand this, and this. And back, he said some stuff in there, man. Like
he did. He didn't hold anything back.
He threw, well, in a nice way, he MF'd Peter Pocklington.
Yeah.
Right? And rightly so.
There was another clip of him that I just found it would have taken too long to show the entire clip, but pretty much said like, hey, I understand what Peter and Slats did and why they had to do it, but would I say that, we're friends? No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
essentially. So
I think it gutted him.
That stung.
Yeah.
You could tell that stung, that this relationship had come to an end in that manner.
Yeah.
I think ultimately it worked out for Wayne Gretzky.
It was, you know what? I think in his eyes, he was always going to be just fine. The other thing too, you hear about back then is when players started talking about their salaries, who was making what, where, and Wayne wasn't getting. I think Mario was making like 3 times as much.
Because at that time when he left, he was making believed to be around $900,000,
and Mario was around $3 million.
Yeah. So quite a discrepancy for the best player.
I mean,
in the world.
Mario was amazing too, but come on,
he's got to be in that price range, right?
He should have been paid number 1, the most.
YouTube Trev in the nasty chat. McLottery will always be a top 5 moment of my life. I remember everything about that day. Box Pounder says, me too, Trev. I went nuts. 100% same Trev for Big Uke. So yeah, I think that one's going to get some warm reception because that's
as it should.
That's unfortunately what we talked about with Wayne Gretzky, that was a sad day in Edmonton. Having to have the Edmonton Investors Group come in and save this team was a tough process to see and hand up. I didn't realize how close that was. But the McLottery was joyous.
Huge.
And the payout is still to come. I mean, we've been blessed in this market to be able to cover a player of Connor McDavid's talent level.
Mm-hmm.
And the best is, I think, yet to come. I'm hoping.
That's profound.
Well, you know what, Tom? It's just, I think, and whether it's this year or 2 years from now, I'm not sure, but I just think this team is destined to finally get over the hump.
I think they'll do it.
But,
I'm with you.
All right, Tom, we did it. It's time.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
All right, here's the word of the day. I'm sorry, Jay. I have 2.
No, it's fine.
I don't know if these are going to be any easier than they were yesterday.
Gosh.
You got 0.5 out of 4. I scored that one for you. Ready for number 1?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. Dipnosophist.
What? What's going on?
Don't you shake your head at me.
What did I do to this guy?
Dipnosophist. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm just going off the hip here because I have not a hot clue.
Dipnosophist.
Dipnosophist.
That's right.
DYPNOSOPHYST.
Incorrect.
Ooh, you suck.
That was a very good try.
Thank you. Can I have the correct spelling, please?
DEI.
Oh boy.
PNOSOPHIST.
Oh, so I
You were
was
close.
That was in the realm.
Dipnosophist.
Yeah. Okay. So 0 for 1 on spelling.
Okay. What
I
does
have
it mean?
not a hot clue. Dipnosophist.
Can I use it as a sentence?
Yeah, I'll need you to use it in a sentence.
Jay Milne is a dipnosophist. Now, that doesn't really help, but...
What? Does it mean I have a beating heart?
I'll use this example from William Winstanley, England's Worthies, 1660. His table you might well call a repast for the ears as well as for the belly, not unlike those Attic nights or the banquets of the dipnosophists, at which men might feast their mindies and intellects no less than their bodies.
Is dipnosophist some sort of status
kind of
level, like a strata level, like the elite? If you are a dipnosophist, you are of the elite strata. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. But in what setting? Keep in mind, which men might feast their, I think that's supposed to be minds, but it's from 1660, so it has an extra E in there, and intellects no less than their bodies. His table, you might well call.
Is this in like the King's era, like the I don't know, the 1600s, the 1500s? What is it in the day of castles and kingdoms?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the actual definition?
A person skilled in table talk.
Oh, I wasn't even close.
I give you 0.5.
Okay.
Because you're like someone who's like skilled.
Okay.
You said like
I'll
in
take
the upper tier.
I'll take it. Okay.
So I think
I meant
I'll
like
give you
a rich
0.5.
person.
I'm a very easygoing teacher.
Oh my gosh.
All
Okay,
right.
second word of the day.
All right, this one's kind of.
Is it harder?
I don't know. Noctivagant. Noctivagant. Noctivagant.
Noctivigant.
Correct.
Hey! Noctivigant.
Yeah.
Now, knocked, I believe, well, nocturnal means you're up at night, right? So, noctivigant, does this mean you are a thief of the night?
Correct.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
The definition is going about in the night, night wandering.
Oh, that is pretty good.
Well done.
Wow.
2.5 out of 4.
2.5, I passed.
Yeah, you did.
That's hard. That was impressive.
You did great.
I'm impressed with myself. I found a way to put nocturnal and vigilant together into noctivigant. Okay, this has been fun. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, watching, being a part of the show. A reminder that from 6 to 8 coming up right now on the iHeart stream and the TuneIn stream, you can listen to the VIP Golf Show, which will go from 6 to 8. On behalf of myself, Tom Gazzola, and the Cubinator, we'll chat tomorrow. See you soon.